And it hasn't looked great. But again, that's all in the past. The long, long past. This is a new Sumail. And we'll see what he can bring us on the Lone Druid at a time where this hero is one of the strongest, or at least considered in these pro games, one of the strongest carries in the game. And as you say, definitely for the lanes. So we should get to see early signs of what Sumail's got cooking for us.
Yeah. First couple of waves, we'll see how he's
We'll know. Well, all right, here we go. He's locked in on the bear, yeah.
You know who needs to be locked in? Back you.
Yep.
We saw his performance on the offlane Pango, one of the most farm, probably the most farm offlane Pango that we've seen. Yeah, he had an insane amount of farm. Some Treads Wand, Aghanim Scepter, Diffusal Blade, 16 minutes in, and I think he had almost enough gold to buy Blink Dagger at the time. So pretty crazy Cemetery. They are scouting him out. Does have Boots of Speed, so he's going to be fine. Dagger, not going to hit.
Well, that's all right. Just, warming up the keyboard buttons,
Yeah, exactly.
It's the beginning of the series. They'll hit those spells next time. And honestly, even if they did hit them, probably would have not been a kill. Kind of hard to get the bat in that situation. And yeah, from Yellow Submarine, say Batyuk, definitely the one to watch. And Rain on this Earth Spirit. If he comes out of the lane with like a decent start, he's going to do some magical stuff. Again, for anyone that's not been catching Yellow Submarine, Rain on his Earth Spirit has absolutely just destroyed teams. So he will be quite the concern for Nigma Galaxy. They'll have to keep tabs of the progress of this Earth Spirit this game. And obviously Lorinov will be doing his best to try and make the Earth Spirit's life as nasty as possible in this mid lane matchup.
He also does have Blood Grenade on Earth Spirit already, and he has another Blood Grenade in his quick buy, meaning that he wants to play aggressive. Maybe try to go for a play where he gets a kill and then he dies, because it is going to be a lot of stacking going on. Rain, that's the lane to look out for. 6 poison stacks already. That doesn't look fun at all.
This is the thing, right? I don't know when it's going to become okay to play. But obviously, Yellow Submarine, they chose the pain. Rain chose the pain. He picked the Earth Spirit into this fight, but he knew what he was signing up for. He was not afraid. So indeed, whilst the early levels might look tough.
Yeah, it would be fun. So we could ask him, like, right now, how do you feel right now? If we could pause the game and ask him, like, was this a mistake, considering that he is not having that good of a time right now, bringing a healing salve. Gonna go back to full HP. Viper using a good amount of mana here, but does have 2 mangoes to work with. Missing some CS underneath the tower.
Oh. And in terms of the lanes, as you say, you expect all of them to be strong. So, this top lane for Divide on the Enigma, this is just something that a Drow and a Bane really struggle to deal with early?
Yeah, this is something that Bane doesn't really deal well with. You can see that he is sending out Eidolons on top of Bane. Hakoda can't really do much. One of the few position 5s that don't really deal well with any kind of summons. You see these Silencers, these Banes. It's very easy to punish them. That's why we're seeing good amount of Lycan in this patch. Omar needs to be slightly careful here. Does have a healing salve. We are seeing that quite a lot. A lot of position 4s, 5s immediately bringing that healing salve, making sure that they are not out of the fight for a long time. Because if you keep eating the tangos, it's not going to be enough. It takes way too long. Rain, how's he doing in the mid lane? 7 and 0. Viper does have 7 denies. Or CS,
he's not terrible.
As well.
He's getting some last hits. I've definitely seen a melee hero fare a lot worse than this. So Rain finding something, but will indeed be a slow start, especially on the levels. But of course, the upside of being this Earth Spirit as opposed to the Viper, it's going to be much easier for Rain to be very mobile up and down the map.
Ooh. That's a rough one. He did kick the boulder, and both of the creeps, both of the range creeps, were in denied range. Just collecting the XP for now, but not getting that much XP, considering that Viper has 13 denies.
What's the level difference looking like? It's probably with these creeps, it's going to be at least half a level advantage here already for Lorinov in this 3 minutes. And definitely looking to be what you say. All 3 lanes, the CSing looking pretty nice here for Nigma Galaxy. Top, Divide could be in trouble. Gonna try and get aggressive onto the Enigma. They'll take him out. First blood for Shigetsu. They're gonna find Omar on top of it. So getting the 2 kills on that top lane. What went wrong there for Nigma Galaxy? Because I imagine this is something that shouldn't really happen, right? With this set.
Yeah, I think Enigma needed to be level 3 for this kind of a play because the damage increases significantly. The Eidolon damage goes from 16 to 28. That's a 12 increase, and if you have 6 Eidolons, that's a lot. Like, I think they get double kill if he is level 3. You don't care too much about the magic resistance that they have, but Divide.
They're going on him again.
Immediately getting initiated on.
Or if he dies here without TP, this is very rough. He's dead again. This lane that he was having great farming has gone kind of 100 to 0 in a few seconds, it feels like. This is not good news for Nigma Galaxy's offlane.
Oof, a mistake that turns into another mistake, not respecting the amount of damage that Drow Ranger can do. And also, have in mind, this is a bit of a different build from Drow Rangers, what we're usually seeing. This is double raid band straight into treads. It's not Falcon Blade. She does have extra bit of a move speed.
Is this another one, Omar? Another kill for this. My goodness, this top lane Lacoste, this honestly probably couldn't be going worse for Nigma Galaxy. This is not great.
I mean, we were talking about mid being not great, not terrible, but this looks pretty terrible. Yeah, Divide completely jungling right now. Doesn't want to show in the lane up until a point where the lane is going to be pushed.
On bottom cemetery, he will go down. So, Samael, he'll be able to find himself some action. There we go. Yeah.
All right, this is the confirmation that we needed. We were focusing on the other lanes because there was so much going on.
See mid. Omar has to come across. Has to keep Lauren fine here. Hakoda did come over with the rotation. I mean, yeah, because everything that's going on elsewhere, Samael having complete free farm on the safe lane as the lone druid. And on top of that now, getting that kill. But yeah, the free farm and the gold lead is going to be massive for Shigetsu in terms of difference between him and the core is at plus 500 already 5 minutes in because of those 2 kills that he's able to get involved in. There is top lane, a very scary place for anyone to turn up to. Over in the river. Looking for GH Cemetery, but nothing else to throw out on towards him. And Lorenoff, he's got a Viper Strike at the ready. Cemetery's going to go for the TP out. Snowball's not going to connect in time, so Cemetery will be able to tank the Viper Strike and get out.
Nicely done. Immediately TPing out, knowing that they have no vision. And GH also using quite a lot of mana there. 175 mana for both spells, not getting the connection, slightly off the mark. But as you said, Shigetsu, he's in the top lane, level 6 right now on a Drow Ranger with 2 raid bands, making sure that he is keeping the distance. I really like this build. It gave them a kill, it gave them another kill, and completely pushed out the Nigma out of the lane. And going for the Hurricane Pike, because he wants to keep the distance away. It's great against Tusk. You can't be blocked off. We saw Invoker yesterday. It was Rain who did pick it up, how much value he got from the item. And this one, it's probably the best item you can buy early on.
Samael, he's going to look to mess around with him around the Wisdom. Has Omar with him. Batyuk doesn't quite have the 6. Roll 4 from Rain, though. Rain comes in with a rotation straight on towards Samael. Samael's in trouble. They will bring down the bat, but it costs Samael his life. Snowball over towards Batyuk. He'll swashbuckle, get the Rolling Thunder off now that he's hit the 6. So Batyuk, he's going to be fine. Omar won't be able to whip the Rolling Thunder. Batyuk comes in, finishes Omar off, gets the double kill. And Rain, he was able to finish off the job and get G8. So trying for a bit of a risky move there coming over to the Wisdom. And Yellow Submarine, they deal with Nigma Galaxy and push him back.
I also think this fight is different if Samael has a point in true form. If he was level 6 prior to this. You get 10 armor against Pango. It's super effective, and you get extra 500 HP. I think they win that fight if he has point in true form. And then Batyuk, again, we go back to these smaller items. He did have Belt of Giant Strength. He did have an extra branch, which does make a difference when it comes down to tankiness. Nigma Galaxy, with the lane setup that they did have, they were supposed to win all of their lanes, but never really happened. Some really nice moves, and also maybe not respecting rotation that could come out from the Earth Spirit.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. Well, Hakoda's going to get a bit of a nasty surprise there. Lorinoff and Omar were waiting on the high ground for him.
Yeah, I had to double
yeah.
check. Nigma Galaxy, they didn't play against Earth Spirit yet in the qualifiers.
Oh, really? Because we have seen a bit here and there, but none of their series.
Yeah. No, they haven't
rare.
played against it. Maybe underestimating what the hero can do. I'm pretty sure that they watched the replays, but also it's a bit of a newer trend that people did start to pick up in the qualifiers.
Top lane. Shigetsu continuing to go uninterrupted. Sumail, they're looking for him. And we'll get the silence and the slow. It's a little bit too much of a dive, or maybe it isn't. Batyuk still wants to go. He's in with the Rolling Thunder. TP backup coming in to help Sumail out, but they've got backup as well on Yellow Submarine. Shigetsu turns up. Sumail has to run. The bear, it's going to die, and that will kill Sumail. Lorinoff also in trouble as he's surrounded under the tower. He'll bring a couple of heroes down with him, Lorinoff, but it's going to be 4 dead on Nigma Galaxy. I mean, excellent moves there through the Twin Gate from Shigetsu, and just realizing they could just dive the Lone Druid at this point, bring in the numbers, and punish Nigma Galaxy hard there in the safe lane.
Even with the true form this time, it looked like he was going to survive, but it wasn't enough tanking as Shigetsu. He makes the move. He's involved in 8 out of 11 kills. Davai not ready to join with the rest of the team. Didn't have enough mana to TP and use the black hole. I mean, with him TPing in, with no boots of speed or anything, he's just a free food, but needs to have quite a lot of mana because you are relatively mana dependent early on. You are spamming out your spells. Black hole also pretty expensive, 300 mana for it. Immediately Davai, he understands, like, I need something, need some kind of mana regen, bring the clarity. I see 1 null talisman in his quick buy. Yellow Submarine, that's why we said it might not be the easiest matchup for Nigma Galaxy.
No, absolutely not, yeah. These guys have given us some very impressive showings on the run so far in the qualifiers. So Nigma Galaxy, as you can see, with the challenge today on this final step towards the International. See top, not really a place where Davai and GH can get aggressive. I've got the 3 of them on Yellow Submarine ready. They are bringing in more Nigma Galaxy, both Lorinoff and Omar looking to join top. See if they can get their hands on anyone from Yellow Submarine.
You're too noisy to live.
Yeah, it seems like they know. They know something is up. Shigetsu immediately goes back. This smoke, not really doing much. Both supports on Nigma Galaxy, level 5. You would definitely love to have that Wheel of Wonder available.
Oh, they just can't get their hands on anyone. No Submarine are holding back. I mean, GH is trying to see if he can get some sort of catch onto Cemetery, but Yellow Submarine continue to be smart about that. This is a lot of time from Nigma Galaxy up here.
It is. It is. They haven't managed to find anything, and now Rain, lowest net worth core except for Enigma. GH, he's gonna drop. But gotta respect TP rotation from Rain. Level 9 on him. Having Spirit Vessel, having Arcane Rune in the bottle. In the next few minutes, it might not look very happy place for Nigma Galaxy. Rain, well, unless they can land some Wheel of Wonder, unless they can land a Black Hole onto 2-3 people, otherwise it does look pretty grim for them. We've been talking about some of these lineups slowly brewing in terms of when they're going to be able to explode. And this Earth Spirit, they're going to smoke up. They want to use this opportunity with your Arcane Rune, find the big kill.
Oh, yeah. Because that's the thing, right? At the moment, sure, Lorinoff is still ahead on the gold, but in terms of what the Viper offers in that position compared to this Earth Spirit, you probably got to favor what this Earth Spirit can do, right? It's going to be able to get the setup there with the help of Hakoda's Fiend Script onto GH. Another kill here for the mid-Earth Spirit. 3-0-4 after laning against the Lorinoff Viper. Now, Rain very much showing why he had the confidence to pick that up into a matchup that maybe other Earth Spirit players wouldn't dare to do.
Yeah, did a lot. Managed to get some nice ganks going. Managed to secure the Rain Rune for his teammates on the side. Didn't even pick it up. Bye-bye. Continues to farm up. does have a blink dagger. He was toying with the idea of maybe getting something else, but does have a blink, does have a shard and a BKB in his quick buy. There are multiple ways of stopping his BKB black hole from going off, however. Fiend's Grip being one of the biggest ones. Lasso, if he doesn't use it on himself. Rain, still looking for something. But Yuk with the freshly bought Diffusal Blade. Rolling Thunder is available.
That's tier 1 going down. Nice and early to the push of Shigetsu. Lorinov will be able to get the deny at least. Limit some of the gains there for Yellow Submarine. And then so for Nigma Galaxy, I feel like it's because it's literally banned like every game. We just do not get to see Lone Druid games recently. What are sort of the timings that Sumail is going to be looking for? Like when does, well, obviously not the main hero because that's just kind of not what it does. The bear is the one that's turning up. But when does the bear start to turn up with the team?
I think he needs to play with the team. Otherwise, they don't have the damage. Two supports are pretty lackluster in terms of how much damage they can deal. So is Enigma. Viper needs some kind of a setup. It's not a playmaking hero by any means. So probably gonna wait until they make a move and then he's gonna join. Mjolnir is finished. It's a lot of procs. It's coming on the courier.
Also, this might be a really stupid question, but again, I'm going to blame it on the fact we don't see a lot of Lone Druid. Is this how you do it? You don't put the items on the bear, you keep them on the hero?
This is what I've seen from recently on Lone Druids.
So far, so good. Sumail is getting a very good pace of farm. But because is there a point where he's going to put the items on the bear? Or you do that when he has the Aghanims? I guess
probably when he picks up the Ags, yeah.
When you get the Ags, then you start playing with the bear split.
Yeah.
But for now, I imagine because you have slightly higher attack speed right on the hero, so you're getting faster procs, faster farm.
Yeah, double sandwich pretty much.
Yeah, they've got the wheel down.
They're isolated on the other side.
And Rain, he's going to roll over straight away towards Omar. They get the lasso off. Will kill Cemetery, but the Fiend's Grip's there to lock down GH. So GH and Omar likely to both fall. So 2 for 1, favoring Yellow Submarine. Sumail gonna look towards Hakoda. He's trying to turn up to the fight, but the Rolling Thunder comes in. Lorinov should be able to help a little bit, but he's caught by this very nice angle of Batyuk with the Rolling Thunder. Device turned up, and they'll use that to just get out. They respect the fact that the Enigma's there. They don't want to get caught in a black hole, so Yellow Submarine, they'll fall back when they see all 3 of Nigma Galaxy's cores show.
A bit of a weird angle, because they got, as I said, like sandwiched in between them, and then they made a move, the smoke broke, so they had to take the fight, and the rest of Nigma Galaxy, they were unable to connect. We were yet to see Devi getting involved with his black hole. Blinks in, Midnight Pulse, but that's about it, showing his Blink Dagger as well.
Omar. Rain's gonna go on this. Rolls in. We'll have a Viper Strike thrown down his way. They'll drop the black hole as well. Make sure that Rain can't escape. A high value kill, and no worries dropping a black hole for that. It's a difficult game for Devi to get off a good black hole in a team fight with the amount of interrupts they have before he has the BKB. So just using it there, make sure that they get the kill on the Earth Spirit.
He thought he was tanky enough with Regeneration Rune, but yeah, against Viper, against Enigma with the black hole, who I think it's a correct choice to use it there, get it out of the system for now, show that you're gonna also, you want to be able to use it to grab the kill. And now I think there is a chance that they go for Roshan because they have the damage on, unless they want to get a pick off first. But Yuk, he's high level, level 14 on this Bango. He's higher level than anyone on Nigma Galaxy.
Oh, that's pretty crazy. I mean, yeah, last time he was doing it in the gold, this time he's doing it in the XP. Just being at the top of the charts. Like, he's always doing something here on his Pango. This looks very, very good. And into the pit they go. This will very likely not be interrupted by Nigma Galaxy. Yellow Submarine getting the freedom to take this.
Yeah, it's on cooldown, so they can use this opportunity. That's their big team fighting ulti. Shigetsu will pick it up. So far, pretty perfect game for Shigetsu. He was all over the place, dominating that lane, joining in some of these engagements, playing with the team, going through the twin gates, backstabbing, going to the mid lane, securing that tower. It did get denied, but showing how well he understands where he needs to be. And also itemization-wise, I already praised it. Now getting the Manta style, great against Viper, great against Malefice, these daggers, Root.
Top Cemetery looking very dead there to the push of the Eidolons. Shigetsu will be able to turn up and get a quick plus 100 there in return. So not going away empty-handed there, Yellow Submarine. Aghanim's done for Batyuk. In terms of the Aghanims for Sumail, just 1,000 gold off the point booster. And he'll have that.
This is where the fun starts. You don't have to play Dota. You can just be anywhere on the map, farming with the hero closest camp to your safe spot on the map, and the bear is gonna do the rest.
I mean, yeah, it's a close start here between the teams. Only 1k gold difference. But, yeah, as you were saying earlier, definitely feels much more like Yellow Submarine are in a position to find a team fight that could really blow that lead open. They're on the hunt. Let's look to see who they find down here.
Radiant are scanning.
And how prepared Nigma Galaxy are for this sort of play. Avoiding it pretty nicely, Nigma Galaxy. Completely out of this area. So it looks like this time it's going to be Yellow Submarine ending up having their time wasted with the smoke. They can at least turn it into a Tormentor. Sweeping the area, making sure no one was around. Didn't find a kill, but they will find a Tormentor. So, end of the day, does not get put to waste. They get themselves the shard. It's going to go the way of Cemetery.
Two supports with like relatively bad shards. It's
It is,
nothing
yeah.
crazy. Bane has Brain Sap, AoE Brain. It's cool, but it's not a pup. You're not going to be pushing out the waves or anything the like. You're really not getting the value out of it compared to some like higher tier shards that you could be getting from position 4.
Right.
Are gonna drop the ulti.
Has to do so to try and stop this Earth Spirit from chasing him down with these rocks, and will at least live for it. Stopping Rain from being able to chase on and continue to keep the magnetize going.
And now Sumail, all the items are on the bear.
There's the
he
timing,
is ready
so-
to go.
Yeah. So this is where we start to see the Lone Druid do the Lone Druid stuff.
Radiant's top tower.
Let's see if Yellow Submarine can
question
deal
is-
with this.
Yeah, the question is, can you punish it? Batrider being one of the better heroes to hunt them down on the side, I would say. Damage from Earth Spirit, it needs time. It's a damage over time, not something that you want to be getting. I also think once Shigetsu picks up his Shadow Blade, that's going to be the time where he can also try to hunt down the bear, play with one extra support, and be able to kill it, because damage from the Drow Ranger, it gets pretty nuts. Level 16, holding the Aegis for another minute and a half. They would definitely love to grab a fight, especially with Batyuk's freshly bought Aghanim Scepter. Still haven't seen it in action, and this guy just farms so fast. He almost has another Blink there. He almost has another item. Just finish off that Aghanims.
Yeah, they're getting a lot online on Yellow Submarine.
Sumail gets the tower. Here we go.
Oh, Wisdom's available. He can get the Wisdom. Oh! He didn't want it. I guess he just didn't think it would still be there.
Yeah, probably. It's been 50 seconds, but
Has been a minute. And yeah, looks like the team made the call that they need him to come and help out in the mid lane. They're going to get the jump on Shigetsu. Should be able to take the Aegis out of his hands. We'll catch him with the Fear. It's him that wants to fight. Doesn't need to drop the Black Hole yet. It's just going to be the Earth Spirit going down.
he got trapped.
See round
Batyuk,
2.
he's in.
And Shigetsu is going to get a nice gust on towards them, keeping the bear held back. The bear chasing forward, but the Fiend's Grip comes in from Hakoda. Will lock down Sumail's bear so that Shigetsu can continue to run. Cemetery will get denied by a neutral creep. The rest of Yellow Submarine continue to try and get out of it. Sumail finds the route, though, onto Hakoda's, as Hakoda will fall. GH is still hunting to see if he could find Shigetsu, but Shigetsu able to make it back to the safety of the base. Enigma Galaxy striking hard into that Aegis, not afraid to take the fight, and they take it well. Sure, they don't get the Drow the next time round off the Aegis, but they get the 3 heroes they're able to take there, Enigma Galaxy.
And also baiting some of the spells. Bane forced to use Fiend's Grip on the bear, not something that you want to be seeing in a fight, even though he is the most farm hero in the game. All of that network is centered around the summoned bear, not the hero. But still, it shows how well they managed to take that fight, especially with Enigma not even using the black hole. I think that's the big one. For the next fight, the Vi is going to have BKB available. Even though there are abilities that go through debuff immunity, I think the fight's going to be pretty chaotic. It needs to be Hakoda who stops the black hole, because I don't think Cemetery and Batrider is going to be able to do it.
A little brief pause here. Headset. For Omar. We're definitely getting quite the treat of a game already. I always love to see a game at 23 or 20-minute mark that's still less than 1 kick-off between them. That's what we like to see. It's all going to kick off here soon between these two. Everyone is getting to make the start. I mean, in all seriousness, would you say as well, with these two drafts in this position, both teams are indeed kind of okay? There's not like a lineup that needed to be further ahead or a lineup that hasn't been punished for the greed. Like, would you say it's 50-50, or do you think someone is kind of getting away with something that they might have been punished for in these first
I think it's pretty even. I think with the draft, I did favor heavily what Nigma Galaxy does have. I think they misplayed in the lanes. Yellow Submarine overperforming as well. This top lane kind of dumpstered them. It got out of control pretty quickly. One of the reasons why they were able to do so much in the first 15, 20 minutes. But Nigma Galaxy managed to stabilize, and any lineup with the Lone Druid, Enigma, it's going to be able to scale. Supports, not going to be scaling as much because both of these are defensive supports. They are going to be keeping the distance compared to maybe Batrider, who's going to start to scale slightly more with the items that he's getting, becoming like a semi-core, another core, 40, 50 minutes into the game. If he manages to get good farm without dying, getting the BKB for himself, getting Aghanim Scepter maybe for the double pull. And Earth Spirit, it's a strong hero, but it's not a hero that wants to be just sitting there and farming. So I feel like it's on Yellow Submarine to try to make a move, while Nigma Galaxy, they're totally fine with just sitting, farming, waiting until maybe Yellow Submarine makes a move, and then counter-reacting to that, because they also have two defensive supports which are not very good at setting things up. Nader is Enigma, Nader is Viper. So right now, they're pretty chilling. They're just waiting until Yellow Submarine makes a move.
See the build this game at the moment queued up by Rain on his Earth Spirit. It's going to be this BKB straight into Bloodstone. Where do you sort of see Bloodstone at the moment? Do you think this item's pretty strong? Do you think it's underbought, overbought? Where would you sort of put Bloodstone right now?
It feels really good on certain heroes, on Ember Spirit, when we changed the item. I think we were seeing Batrider at the time from the offlane looked very, very strong, so people were buying it on the offlane Batrider. I feel like it's very situational. Not many heroes do want to buy this. It's like 3-4 heroes maybe that can buy it, and it feels good. Other than that, it's kind of mediocre.
We'll see how much it does for Rain, keeping him alive in these fights if he commits for that next after the BKB. Some moments pass, Samael's farm continues to just skyrocket. The earlier parts was trying to keep up with the Drow, but now the Drow's trying to keep up with him. Samael on track to have a very good timing on this Silver Edge that he's looking for the Bear next after the Mjolnir Aghanims.
And as we said, Yellow Submarine, they are looking for something. Nigma Galaxy,
they want to fight,
they're keeping the tight formation, making sure that not many things are gonna go badly. You see GH, he's playing behind the Bear. Omar, he's playing behind the Vi. The 1-2 combo that they have, two supports just playing behind them, and you see Viper using Nether Toxin, immediately going back, understanding that they don't need to take the fight. I really love this formation that they're playing right now.
Cemetery. Towards Lorinov. Lorinov turning with the Viper Strike. They're still going to commit towards the Tier 2 tower here, Yellow Submarine. Rolling forward underneath, they'll find Omar. That's going to be the Ringmaster dead. Divide comes in with the side, drops the black hole out. Actually catch the two of them as Batyuk gets caught in it as well at the side. Big kills here for Nigma Galaxy, dealing very nicely with these attempts the Yellow Submarine are coming at them with. They just casually turn up and they deal with the pressure. Yellow Submarine trying to poke a little too long around that Tier 2. Devi's able to just turn up, lay down a black hole, and set up to ensure that they don't just get the two supports. They get two big core kills, taking down both Shigetsu and Batyuk.
Yeah, it sucks in Batyuk as well. I think he walked in, kinda. But yeah, the power of their lineup, because you have two supports who do have saving capabilities. You have Viper, who's naturally tanky. Same goes for the Bear. It allows your Enigma to pick and choose the targets. It's not like you need to be the initiator of the team, because the fights are going to be pretty chaotic. You're going to need to show where the heroes are standing, which does allow Devi to get the jump. And again, it needs to be Hakoda stopping that black hole with the Fiend's Grip. Otherwise, it's not going to work out. He also wanted to pull himself inside the base, which sounds like a cute play, but he's dead anyway. And now, 3k gold lead for Nigma Galaxy. Definitely feels more, in my opinion. I would say this is 7,000-8,000 lead for Nigma Galaxy, considering everything at the moment. Sumail finds him with the Bear.
Oh, they got the punch as well. They have the control. Looking for Rain. Rain will get the BKB off. They got the lasso down onto GH. They'll kill off the Tusk and should be able to take down the Bear here with the damage from Shigetsu. So this time, Yellow Submarine able to deal with what Nigma Galaxy send their way. I mean, considering the Roche, do they have... I mean, if Shigetsu wants to go for it, they could try. It's not
Black Hole's
super
still on
easy,
cooldown.
but... Yeah, they're going to try and get this.
They have more than enough damage. Extra minus armor from Lucky Shot. Roar. Let's see. Nigma Galaxy, I don't think they're going to let this one go. Even with the Black Hole on cooldown, they can try to poke, delay until Black Hole's back online. Sumail. Sending out the Bear.
Oh, and straight onto the Bat Cemetery gets absolutely destroyed. There'll be a buyback immediately from him. Roshan getting low. They'll send the Bear in. Are they going to get the pickup? Aegis is going to get denied by Sumail. Nobody could pick it up as the Aegis gone. And now, Yellow Submarine, what do they want to do? Look at Lorinov, but he has the BKB. Devi gets caught on the low ground. Actually gets knocked up to the high ground there. He says, thanks for the Rolling Thunder there. Devi kind of getting saved as he gets up to the high ground, able to get the BKB and the blink off. But Yellow Submarine, they get the kill on the Roche, but couldn't manage to pick that Aegis up. Sumail sends the Bear in, and he's able to deny it.
And he also picked up Roshan's banner. That's
did he got the banner?
He got the banner as well. Pretty massive. 5k gold lead for Nigma Galaxy. Buyback from Cemetery as well. You can definitely feel maybe some of the nerves kicking in for Yellow Submarine. Lasso. Omar with the box. Doesn't seem like it's going to be enough. Sound's still going to connect even through the box.
They really wanted that Aegis for the tempo that they wanted to start running at these tier 2s. Yellow Submarine gets taken away from them. Sumail, he'll have the Bear back up now.
Are fortified.
Can continue to hold this top spot on the farm as the lone druid. Yellow Submarine not being able to slow him down right now.
Has been denied.
I also like what Lorinov has in his quick buy, going for Blink Dagger. Wants to be able to close the gap, jump on top of this Drow Ranger, use Viper Strike. With 10 talent, it lasts for 7 seconds. Being able to break her precision aura, break her marksmanship, it's just very, very effective. And she can't really stand her ground and fight anymore. Will probably have to use Hurricane Pike. Manta Style is a very good item against Viper. A lot of the times people even opt to go for Manta instead of Lincolns, because Lincolns can still be procced, but with Manta Style, you can dodge the Viper Strike. So we'll see if Shigetsu is going to be able to do it, because that's exactly what the Viper wants to do. 700 gold away.
Is under attack.
Flanking from a different side. Scan does connect. They see Hakoda. Oh. That's no good. They want to take him out quickly. Blinks out.
All right, we'll get away a little deeper into the trees. Nigma Galaxy, though, they're hunting. Get the lasso off. The wheel's going to get dropped down. Lorinov, he's got the shield bridge, so incredibly tanky. Able to put the BKB and just stay on top of the Drow. He's running Shigetsu out of the fight. Fiend's Grip will get put to a stop as the Bane dies. Devi, he's still alive. Should take out to the Magnetize, but he was able to draw away enough attention that it took so much time to take him down that by the time Devi was dead, Yellow Submarine had nothing else left to fight with. They get cleaned up. Sumail getting the double kill. Another fight here in Nigma Galaxy's favor. The Yellow Submarine are are kind of getting caught in. They wanted to get aggressive getting onto Nigma Galaxy's side of the map, but that wraparound certainly meant that they kind of fell into full panic mode in that fight.
That's a massive problem. Like, who do you even focus? Because you are taking out the support immediately, but they have many ways of saving people. GH also is going to be buying back straight away. And Drow Ranger, as we said, one of the reasons why Lorinov is going for that Blink Dagger is that he can blink in on top of Drow Ranger and get it out of the get her out of the fight. And this time around, she dealt, I think, 300 or 400 damage only. She's unable to fight this. GH and the Bear, they are hunting on the other side at the moment.
Yeah, they've been looking for a few moves like this together. And soon it'll be easier for Samel to do so with the Bear. The BKB is going to be on the way out. Silver Edge done before she gets it. Nigma Galaxy starting to make this lead that much more secure. Around 3 very strong cores. This is not going to get easier for Rain to kind of play his part in the team fight. As the cause of Nigma Galaxy build towards just being able to deal with this damage output that the Earth Spirit needs to find. And Samel on the hunt it. Seeing what information he can find for the team.
What a hero still. Sends it into the enemy territory.
Oh, and not able to stop it. Back out
I think
to
it's
safety.
worth it to potentially use Lasso. It's not that long over cooldown, 75 seconds. We have nerfed it. Now you are, or like buffed the experience that you are getting from the Spirit Bear once you kill it.
Definitely so far, so good here for Samel. Surprising them here with this Lone Druid pick from himself, as I say. It's been years since we saw him play it last in professional. And even back then, this was not something that he would do often. Sure, back then it was on the mid, so also just in a different capacity. So far, so good. Looks like he's able to kind of use the hero to its maximum potential. Top net worth. And definitely going to be a huge problem for Yellow Submarine to deal with down the line at this point. They haven't managed to slow down this Lone Druid whatsoever.
Another Tormentor. Bane could potentially get it. And he will. Again, it's more about the gold rather than him having that shard. Same goes for Batrider. Rain needs to go back. Both teams using scan. One scan connected.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I think Cemetery needs to play like this. He needs to go for the extra wave, try to cut it, to play a bit of a riskier than usual on a position 4. You are playing against Lone Druid with Shadow Blade, so you can get caught relatively easy, but I feel like he needs to do it. Try to buy a little bit more time. Drow Ranger getting relatively close to her Butterfly. That's going to be the big timing. One of the biggest damage increase items in the game for Drow.
For the bottom way, pushing in Nigma Galaxy. Looking to set up. Take this Wisdom. Samel in position by his own, so should be both Wisdoms here going to Nigma Galaxy. Yellow Submarine not quite able to contest them. See Rain and Cemetery moving over towards the top. Samel, he's got his eyes on Rain.
He saw him, caught a glimpse of him.
He's got the setup, the wheels down, the whip turning him towards it. Not a chance for Rain. Very nice setup from the two supports.
I assume Lone Druid's still broken. Like, no matter... It's
probably going to get banned next game for the 60th
probably.
time this qualifiers. Was pretty much banned every... I think it must have been. It must have been banned every game, apart from the one game that Nigma Galaxy led it through and beat it. And apart from this one game, where someone let it through for Nigma Galaxy, they pick it, and at the looks of it, are set pretty well to getting the win.
Yeah, during Wallachia, when it was the most broken hero, teams were still letting him go through and trying to beat it, but the hero was... It's kind of the same concept. Some things have been changed, but I don't think it's enough. I feel this Aghanim Scepter, we need to be able to do something about it, whether like him dealing the less damage, the further away he moves away from the, or put a cap on range where he can attack, because having this globally just doesn't seem right. You're never in danger as a hero. He has 2 deaths. He did die that one time near the XP shrine, and then die one more time, but that's about it. And look where he's steeping from. He's steeping from the bottom part near his gates to the top part to his tier 2 tower, and that's where he's farming, because he doesn't have to contribute anything other than send out his bear. Still getting a decent amount of gold on the other side of the map.
Yeah, it does. It is one of those heroes that at a certain point is like, well, what do you do? Like, what is the correct play right now for Yellow Submarine against the Lone Druid? Like, what do you do?
I don't know if you want me to answer the question. Just kill the bear, I guess. That's the only way. Like, try to punish it.
Yeah, it's something, but then he resummons it, and then he's gonna go farm somewhere else, and then you kill the bear again. But obviously, you're not getting anything the same as a hero would be with that sort of farm. And
yeah,
obviously,
I think the way to balance it is every single time it dies, it should be giving away more gold, or has to be some kind of a downside to him chain feeding the bear and still getting a lot done. He did resummon the bear. It's back up again in a minute and 30 seconds. Abyssal Blade now completed. Now it's going to be even more difficult for them to deal with it. Shadow Blade, aka Silver Edge, into Abyssal Blade. Mjolnir procs another bash because of his insane attack speed. Supports, they need to hug their cores, otherwise they're gonna die.
Mid. Clean setup here once again between the two of them. A Nightmare will come out, won't save Batchuk. Omar and GH been setting up some very nice plays here with the punch into the Wheel of Wonder, Tame the Beast combo.
Radiant are scanning.
This is looking increasingly difficult for Yellow Submarine. Nigma Galaxy in a very nice spot here around Samel's Lone Druid. They'll try for the lasso, but Samel turns with the bear and pretty much immediately kills off this bat. They'll look towards the Spirit. He's going to get caught by the root through the BKB, tries to roll away, cannot escape this bear. Samel.
Roshan is up. They're just gonna grab it. Samel on the other side. See you later. Still farming in the same area while Bear is doing the thing. Quick reactions as well from Moronov. He gets the BKB off immediately, even though maybe it was not even necessary, but shows how good of a player he is. He was sitting underneath that Observer Ward. They get the jump. Immediate save coming out from the support. GH ready with the snowball. If he's not fast enough, you have another support. You have Omar with the Blink Dagger, with the Escape Dac if necessary. I feel like Shigetsu, he hasn't been able to deal damage in the last 15 minutes of this game. I think his damage would be less than 1.5k total. He did own the early stages of the game, played it correctly, but at one point, it just isn't enough. Lone Druid going for the high ground.
Dire structures are fortified.
What do you do? How easily can you stop this push and lead this to turning this game around? And yeah, Nigma Galaxy with a firm hold right now on this game one. And as I say, you got to respect it, you know, which isn't something you'd always say about these teams that pick Lone Druid. But again, because they left this in because they thought that Samel weren't going to play it. And he said, yes, I will. And he's playing it very, very well.
4 years ago, ready to play it again. Samel's that type of a player where he needs, like, maybe other players need 15, 20 games to get into the groove of things. He plays, like,
Yeah.
3 games. He's ready to go.
He's ready to go. Honestly, I said I'm genuinely interested on how much he's been playing it in scrims and pubs. Because I'd agree with you on that. I think, Samel indeed is the player that does not need many games on any of these heroes to just understand it and be ready to run it in a pro game. Samel, talking about him, he'll get the bear on top of Shigetsu. They'll try and get the drow away from the bear, but Samel has the bear on top of the drow. That's going to be Shigetsu dead. It's going to buy back straight away. The black hole comes in from Divide, will be put to a stop. Should be able to kill Divide. Can they get something more from this? They'll get the catch on towards the Viper. That's low enough down once. You go for a second time. Oh, Batyuk. He jumps in, but the bear's still here. The bear turns, takes out Batyuk. There'll be another buyback coming in. They want to try and stop the bear getting out. They will. So we'll be able to put an end to the bear. So it cost them a couple of buybacks here, but they do punch back pretty hard, taking out GH, putting a stop to the push. As I say, you have to use the carry buyback. It's an expensive buyback, but it does push back Nigma Galaxy.
Yeah, they got some good kills, good XP out of it. Draw Ranger hit level 25, 2 multi-shot extra waves, 10,000 damage coming out from her. She needs some kind of a help. She does have Hurricane Pike of her own, maybe Nightmare Save, maybe another Force Staff from the Batrider. But also, gotta be aware now, Batrider does have Aghanim Scepter, so will be much easier for him to get that fight. Even through the BKB, this Viper Strike completely ruins him with the Abyssal Blade and then Black Hole. Not sure what it did connect. It did connect onto 2 of them, actually. It does use Refresher, uses it again on Pango, but Pango is on top of him, and his BKB duration did run out. Can't refresh items anymore, unfortunately. Would probably be a slightly different fight if he manages to kill off the Pango. But as you said, very expensive buyback on Draw Ranger. She is the damage dealer. If they can manage to kill her one more time, this could be potentially the end of the game.
It probably will be, because of this bear. No, Samel will easily destroy the majority of this base if there is no drow ready to defend against it. So, Yellow Submarine have to be very cautious in these next moments. Maybe to the point of just trying not to get involved in any action until that buyback's back online for the drow. Might be a bit too spooky. Depends how much of a risk they want to take.
Shigetsu even picks up that Lincoln Sphere. We were talking about what are the counters to Viper, who does have Blink Dagger. He has one job. I think Manta style is enough, but maybe you are forced to a situation where you need to use Manta for something else, so gotta keep that Manta just in case he's gonna be using Viper Strike. Now with the Lincoln Sphere, it's gonna be much easier. Level 26 on Draw Ranger, Pango about to crack level 25. Earth Spirit not there yet. Would definitely love to have Earth Spirit magnetizes himself. We are not seeing it often, but very, very strong talent. Roshan is dead. It's not going to be up for a while. And now Nigma Galaxy, they are looking for something. They're looking for a Draw Ranger, potentially.
Radiant are scanning.
Let's see. If anyone shows, Nigma Galaxy will not be afraid of jumping the base. Multiple ways to try and set up the dive play with those 4 blinks that they have between them.
I also like that Rain has Shard on his quick buy. Wants to have that upgraded pool on allies. Maybe thinking, maybe it's even Shigetsu who's saying it. I need something extra. I need to be pulled out of things, otherwise I die. Because right now I don't have buyback for 4.5 minutes, so Yellow Submarine, they're gonna be A-okay. Taking it slowly, not trying to risk anything.
Yeah, bad death here for Yellow Submarine could
Are scanning.
be the beginning of the end of this game. Nigma Galaxy trying to set up for anybody leaving the base, but at the moment, nobody falling for their traps. Staying on the high ground here, Rain.
I think one of the reasons why we are seeing Earth Spirit back is the BKB change. Like that BKB refresher where in the late game you can't refresh your BKB. Some carriers they do build into Manta style, so Mel just gets him, I guess.
Yeah,
and
the patience paid off. They were just waiting and waiting, and finally they got someone.
Yeah, because his level 20 talent is also super strong, plus 30% magnetized damage and the duration. If you keep that going, you keep keep going in, keep replacing, and just feels very, very strong, especially with level 25 talent, and still yet to be there. With the next fight, if they manage to win it, he's gonna be 25.
Not going to be easy to win those fights, though. This bear out of control. Very close to kind of maximum power here. The bear can...
Not even close. There's still 5 slots available on the
okay,
hero.
sure, between the 2 units, but the bear... Indeed, you know, Samel will say that, give me a sec, I'll get 12 slotted. Bear. It's going to go for the TP out, but they'll kill it here. So they will manage to kill the bear. With this roll forward, they have found Lorinov. Good magnetized connection from Rain. He's ready to go forward to try and finish this off, and they'll get the kill. Be a buyback coming in. They want to try and punish Rain. GH has got the punch up. The bear turns back up. Rain is gone, and Shigetsu, he's got to run. Oh, the dagger's going to slow him. Another one as well. But he will manage to force back up to the high ground to get away from them. Something there from Yellow Submarine. They're actually able to chase out the base, get a decent kill, killing off the Viper, but it does cost them Rain's life. And sure, they took down the bear, but the resummon was ready, so Samel can keep the pressure on.
Dark Ranger still deals a lot of damage. From the high ground, like, it's one of the best heroes to defend the high ground with, especially if you can't close the gap. They have some gap closers. Devi needs to be patient. So far, he has been very patient, not using these black holes for nothing. And there's another item on Lone Druid.
Right.
AC completed.
Yeah, that's on top of the eating the Aghanims.
Yeah, still 2 moon shards, 5-6 more slots. Needs another 40,000 gold to complete Exodia build.
Shigetsu. He really wants to try and find somewhere to farm outside of the map, but it's so terrifying for Yellow Submarine to send anybody outside of their high ground. What's this bear's about? Oh, GH is going to get the connection onto Batyuk. He's got the setup. They'll come up with a nightmare. They have to lasso one of the 2 of them, but Batyuk still dies. They couldn't save him. Samel in with the bear. It will take the bear out. Not enough damage at the moment for Shigetsu to bring the bear down. So Samel getting in, getting the kill, keeping the bear alive, keeping it safe.
Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we're doing some decent damage onto melee barracks. Devi. We saw one game yesterday or the day before where we actually saw a split push. 3 different lanes, not something that happens in Dota in the last 5 years, even more. Like back in the days, it was very popular if you couldn't push, but now it is punished way more, especially with these jumpers that they have. Banner has been planted. He's going in, forcing even the glyph. Shard on Viper. Lone Druid going to the top lane. Samel with another bear. He could be on cooldown, but he's going for the buildings.
Oh, yeah,
Tower,
look at the damage.
Gone.
There you go. Look at the bear go.
And another split push situation. Devi chipping with his Eidolons in the bottom lane. Mid lane, Banner has been killed finally.
And they can look for the Roche now. They've shoved all the waves in pretty nicely in Nigma Galaxy, so space is here to go into the pit. Take the Roche down. It is about to move in 5 seconds, so they will not be doing it in this pit. And actually, let's have the control of the shards. Actually, no, they probably can keep it locked down. They've got good stuns. He's going to start to get on the move now, but they've cleaned him up before he can leave the pit. They have that much damage and interrupt with the control to take that Aegis.
They will need to take the fight. They will need to go in. Drow Ranger,
yep.
She does have 8,000 gold. I want to see if that's going to be Aghanim Scepter or Divine Rapier time. It might be Divine Rapier time. They need that explosive damage.
The slot situation ain't great. It's like, what are you taking out for it? I mean, probably the Lincoln's right, if you're going to be playing from the high ground anyway. Like, well, I guess it's hard. Like, the Lincoln's also necessary, though, because otherwise you're going to get jumped and just set up upon it. It's difficult to kind of find the slots. Like what do you replace? A very, very tricky spot for Shigetsu to be in.
It could be Manta style that he is going to be replacing.
Sure.
Pike, I think he needs it to keep the distance. Probably thinking what is necessary. He could potentially buy out Aghanim Scepter, but needs a little bit extra gold. So maybe saving for that one instead.
I mean, because what do you reckon? Would you go the Aghanim Scepter, or would you be getting in a Rapier in one of those slots in this position?
I think it might be Aghanim Scepter.
Just stick with the Ags.
Game,
okay.
Yeah. I think stick with the Ags because of the slot situation. If it was something like if he needed to replace his Shreds, or if he needed to replace Falcon Blade, then it's definitely fine. Now, it's a bit trickier. And Sumail, look where he's sending out the bear. These camps on the other side, trying to get a pick off, knowing that. I mean, he did punish Batyuk twice already. I also don't want to see a game where Draw Ranger has 10,000 gold and is losing the game because
you
did not
need to spend
the gold.
right. Yes, that does always kind of hurt. I mean, obviously it's difficult for Shigetsu to kind of get the courier out to the secret shop, but
yeah, that's what they say.
If there is a window, he's got to go for it.
Gotta spend the money to earn money.
Yeah, 10k gold in the bank for Shigetsu. So, I mean, obviously,
it is rapier time.
He's going for it.
Yeah, he bought it.
Where is it? Is it on the courier? Where is it?
It's coming on the courier from the enemy shop.
Let's have a look. They're going to look to try and take down the bear. Sumail's already killed off Batyuk, though, and he's now looking at Rain. They'll take the bear out once. Rain should be able to keep himself safe with the BKB. Where's the rapier? Oh, yeah, it's coming up the top side.
It's coming.
Dude, I don't know what happened to it, but the courier did get hit once. It's on half health.
3 out of 6.
There we go. He's managed to make the delivery. Rapier's there, and indeed, you're absolutely right. Manta's going to be the lowest kind of tier item that he has because he is so stacked, so that will come out. The Rapier goes in. It's going to try and take down Lorinov. Lorinov's like, my goodness, this Drow's doing quite a lot of damage now.
Something's off, yeah.
They'll look to the bear. The bear, it's gone, and that did just get resummoned, right? So down for 80 seconds, the bear.
They got the melee barracks as well. They got the range barracks as well.
Yeah, that's true. The base does continue to kind of get taken away from them. But maybe Shigetsu, with this Rapier, can keep the game alive. Whether or not they can turn it and get the win, who knows? It's going to be very difficult, but they can definitely pull together quite the defense.
Because you already have 7,000 gold. If you lose Rapier, it's GG. He's going in. Goes Scepter. Hyper, you only got 2-shotted.
Ooh. Oh, Lorinov's trying to heal up. He will die. Rain didn't stand a chance. Still had the BKB on cooldown for 20 seconds when he got caught like that. Round 2, Shigetsu. He's got to be so careful. They're going to get him with the Black Hole, but there's the interrupt. They're to stop it. Allow Shigetsu to step back. Turn with the damage. The bear's going to close in onto him, though. Abyssal Blade on top of him. He'll slide backwards. He's shooting down the bear. The bear will fall, but he's solo Shigetsu. It's fine, though. He's able to get back to the fountain.
That's
going to live.
Buybacks.
It was a dieback on Rain. So whilst they will temporarily push Nigma Galaxy back, Nigma Galaxy know they've got a huge window now. 2 minutes where Yellow Submarine do not have their mid-earth spirit.
Draw Ranger, 8,000 gold. I think you just go all in. You buy that Aghanim Scepter as well. If you die with Divine Rapier, you lose it.
Yep.
The game's kind of over anyway.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
10,000 damage in the previous fight.
Can Shigetsu do this? He's down. Yeah, they're down 40,000 gold at the moment here, 54 minutes in. If they turn this against Nigma Galaxy, it'll be one of the bigger turnarounds we've seen in this European qualifiers. Probably the biggest, actually, at 40,000. So quite the challenge ahead of them. They still have the full set of racks alive at the top, but very precariously. You know, if they kind of step away or get drawn out at the base for a moment, Sumail will destroy those barracks here with the bear. Of course, worth noting as well, he does have that refresher, so ready to get the easier resummons on the bear if necessary in these fights. Lorinov's going to pick up the MKB, so now very kitted out to make the aggressive blink and just throw everything onto the Drow, try and Just pressure the Drow as much as possible. Shigetsu still not thinking about the Ags at all. He's actually queuing up the Swift Blink instead. So it seems like he doesn't seem to value it in this situation whatsoever then. So a little surprising. Yeah.
Yeah, because if they manage to burst these heroes, especially with Magnetize, the rest, if they're clumped up, they are going to explode.
Here comes the bear. Cemetery. He's going to get the lasso back onto the both of them. Shigetsu's going to try and back away. The Black Hole's going to catch him. He's in trouble. The bear's on top of it. Shigetsu's gone. The rapier hits the
Divine
deck.
rapier on the bear.
Samel able to grab it here as the lone druid. As this bear's got a rapier, Shigetsu with the buyback. He wants his rapier back. See if they can bring it down. The bear is getting healed up. He's going to try for the TP out, but Batyuk's in with the rolling thunder. The bear goes down.
He forced himself in.
He's going to go forward.
Up.
The Eon Disc will protect GH for now, but Shigetsu backs off with the multi-shot. Slides out of the fight. They'll shoot down the banner. He's managed to reclaim his rapier. Rain, he's rolling in. He's super low. Snowball's coming his way. GH turns with a punch. That's going to be Rain dead for good again. Out for 100 seconds. As the bear's approaching, Shigetsu trying to run away from the bear. He'll turn here to bring it down. Buyback now comes in from Bat. GH looks for the punch. He's closed the gap on a Shigetsu. Fear on towards the Drow. Shigetsu's in trouble.
He's dead.
Loranos on top of him. It's over. GG is called. Nigma Galaxy will take game one. They try and put up a very strong fight to the end there, Yellow Submarine, but they could not deal with the lead that Nigma Galaxy built against them, and they could not deal with the lone druid. As I say, maybe catching them by surprise. They didn't
go. Also, this is going to be Batyuk one more time playing this offlane Pango, so I want to see how much he's going to be getting. If he's giving the Ags, he needs to deliver. But again, there's so many counters on the other side. With one Night Stalker Silence, he gets on top of one of the guys. It's going to look very, very difficult. But yeah, I would say Nigma Galaxy, they drafted themselves in the first game. Super strong draft. This is pretty much on par with what they've drafted before.
Well, they have had some pretty solid strats this run. Nigma Galaxy, we'll see.
Hakoda.
If they can find the win here. Hakoda is going to get caught by the opening stun, as this should be first blood here for Nigma Galaxy. And Loranov's going to be the one to be able to take it. First blood here for the mid-Viper. See if they can maybe even set it up into even more. Omar's going to have to stun back up. They should be able to get themselves a second kill. Cemetery in trouble. Samael, he'll take that one. So a kill for the carry, a kill for the mid. First blood for the mid to start this game 2 off, Nigma Galaxy.
Very nice start. Devi also skilling Crippling Fear. Long duration silence, 4.5 seconds during the nighttime. Gonna be running back and then TPing back to the lane. You don't care too much about your build on Night Stalker early on. Maybe you want to have Void for securing the range creep. Lion can do that instead of you. And speaking of Lion, Omar in trouble.
See if he can live. He's going to have the Fairy Fire. He will pop it. He's going to try and waste as much of time as they can, but the darts they hit, Hakoda able to land those nicely, so we'll be able to at least set Shigetsu up with a kill to enter this bottom lane with. And yeah, this mid lane, we saw Rain try and scramble through the laning stage as the Spirit last time round. This time as a Storm against the Viper, it should be a little easier, right?
Yeah, it's much better. I think he's going to be able to get the CS because he can push out the lane, he can secure the range creep, doesn't necessarily need to be like back straight away. And it's a hero that can actually punch back against Viper with his overload, getting that extra bit of a damage. Devi in the bottom lane, using daytime silence, not as effective. 25 damage per second, that's 75 damage total, 3 seconds silence during daytime. And you see Rain trying to square up against him, Loranov. Dropping low, and Rain is gonna die.
That hurts. I mean, it's so tempting sometimes when you get this Viper to try and push for the kill on the early level when you get him that low, because you know you're never going to get that chance to try for it again in the lane. But that risk does come with a cost. Doesn't pay off. He's dead. And now he's unlikely to get a chance to try and push for a solo kill again in this lane unless Loranov makes a massive error.
Rain also got Sentry Ward down, seeing that there is an Observer Ward. will need to kill it somehow. Not an easy task, however. Lorinov is bringing extra bit of regen to the lane. He is using the courier, healing salve, another fairy fire in case Rain wants to square up one more time against him.
Top lane. Batyuk is going to get caught by the shards. And one more hit. They've got him. Nigma Galaxy starting to get some early kills in the lanes here in game 2.
Look at the amount of denies that Devi has. 5 denies on Night Stalker. That's why I wanted to see something different from the safe lane, something that's going to threaten a kill onto this Night Stalker, because if he's off to a good start, again...
Rain's dead again. Lorinov runs him down and takes him out. This is getting rough for him here in the mid. He was able to get a few CS, but dying a couple of times. And Lorinov with that on top of the first blood that he found earlier. 3-0-1 already, 2 minutes into this mid Viper. This mid lane's turning out to be a bit of a nightmare for the Storm.
It's not going to get easier. He's going to need somebody to fix his lane. Lorinov does have...
He might be dead again. Lorinov can push for
this.
he's
going in. It's level 4.
Someone has to TP over. They have to try and save Rain. He's going to die again.
He's dead.
He's gone. And honestly, Cemetery might just be dead too. There's 1 charges. He can't win this fight against the Viper. He's disarming him. I won't die at least, Cemetery.
Use that healing salve. Oof. Plus, there is a water rune available. Double bracer. He brought another mango. Lorinov really popping off in this matchup. So that also leaves Batyuk solo in the top lane. Rain needs to walk back to the lane. His TP is still on cooldown for 35 seconds, and now GH is going to zone him out of XP range completely.
This is going to hurt for Rain. He managed to get through the laning phase pretty cleanly last game on the Earth Spirit, but this game on the Storm, he is struggling hard. See bottom lane looking for Omar. They're not going to have him. And Hakoda might be in trouble. Devi chasing him down. Has he got anything else to catch him with? He hasn't, so Hakoda should be fine. This will not be easy for Rain to recover.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I mean, this is a completely different scenario. If he gets a kill, I think he needed 1 extra hit onto Viper because he tried to square up. If he gets the kill, he gets the XP, comes back to a lane with bottle, does have maybe pull, and then he can try to play aggressive again, or has another point and overload. Extra bit of a damage could make the difference, but missed the point, and now it looks completely over. Lorinov's also going to find extra bit of XP, extra bit of gold from that Observer Ward. Level 6.5 for before 5 minutes. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I don't think any hero is going to be showing up mid anytime soon now against Lorinov. Cemetery. GH, he's got the setup. He's going to try for the TP out. Will make it back to the fountain. Still going to tick pretty low. In fact, the damage is too much. He's still going to die in the fountain to Lorinov. So another one for Lorinov here. 5-0-1. 5 minutes in. And Omar, he's ready to start messing around with Rain. Comes across, makes sure that Rain does not get an easy time hitting the creeps. He's got the backup. Snowball comes and helps him dodge the darts. I mean, let's see if they can maybe punish these supports for the play. They can at least get GH. So it ends up with Rain finding something with that move that Nigma Galaxy attempt against him.
It's not that much XP. It's something. He is level 5.5. Most important thing is to get yourself to level 6. And now it's nighttime. Devi in the bottom lane, getting some of that XP for himself. Can pick up the Lotus, replenish some of the mana if necessary, and can also start playing with Midnight Feast. Now you can eat those creeps, get extra bit of a gold, extra bit of XP straight away. Omar still playing around the mid lane. Maybe thinking they can get another kill.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Trying for this tier 1. Top lane GH. Looking for the rotation onto Batyuk. Be able to get him. Has Swashbuckle ready if necessary. I'll force out the fortification from Yellow Submarine. Top lane, Batyuk.
Making a move. They want their XP. Lorinov and Omar are coming through the triangle. Might be slightly late.
This is going to be hard for Yellow Submarine to hold on to. Nigma Galaxy, I mean, anywhere that Lorinov goes, Yellow Submarine cannot be. The Cemetery dead, the Wisdom at the ready. It's both 7-minute Wisdoms going the way of Nigma Galaxy.
Dire's top tower.
I don't know who's going to be fixing these lanes. Shigetsu, he's playing Alchemist. He can't really join. Your supports are under-leveled, level 3 at the moment. These are the type of supports that want to be getting their level 6s. Batyuk also not getting too much out of the lane because his support was forced to leave the lane, try to TP mid, help him out. Didn't get too much out of it.
Middle tower is under attack.
And mid lane, seems like the tower is gonna die. This is before Davai even starts to join. He is free farming in the bottom lane as Night Stalker, level 6. Dark Ascension available.
We'll have some stacks going at least here for the team, Yellow Submarine. And the mid. Coming in with a wraparound. I mean, they keep sending heroes here to try and find some levels, but it's just not going to happen when Lorinov's about. Rain wants to try and get GH, but the stun from Omar's going to be up in a second. Rain, oh, he could be in trouble. He's going to have to use that last bit of mana to get away. We'll be out of range of the stun. My goodness, taking some risks there, trying to push for a kill that was probably, well, at least very unlikely to ever be his. They just cannot bring anyone within range of this Viper. And GH...
Cemetery. Level 3. Some stacks are being made at least. They're playing so aggressive behind enemy lines. They can feel that Yellow Submarine. They are very weak at the moment. Omar, this could be a big kill if they can get him.
I mean, gets the Hex off onto Rain. Left with the stun off Rain, going for GH. He's got to be careful with Lorinov about. Just the 4 of them, but honestly, even with the 4 versus 1, they don't want to be approaching this Viper.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I'll push them back a little bit. Of course, whilst they're having to deal with all this from around the mid, Smells getting complete free farm top. Down bottom, things aren't going too rough for Davai either. He's going to be able to go for the phase straight into the BKB.
Maxing out the Crippling Fear. I like it a lot. Lowers the cooldown on it, prolongs the duration. Batyuk gonna drop. They don't have the Playmaker right now. It needs to be Storm Spirit. Rain did recover slightly, but it's nothing too crazy. During the first nighttime, Davai didn't really achieve much in terms of putting the pressure because other lanes are going so well, he doesn't need to move. And now he is making the move. Does have Dark Ascension, 30 seconds of the nighttime if he wants to pop it.
Shigetsu. He's going to throw out the stun. We'll be able to dodge the Viper Strike here with the Chemical Rage. At the nighttime as they're getting on top of Hakoda. Bringing in the numbers, Yellow Submarine, but not able to save the Ringmaster and not able to fight back. That's Nigma Galaxy. They'll have Lorinov look to finish the tower. It's the last hit as well. Cemetery not quite able to find the deny. And Davai, he's straight over towards Cemetery.
It's going to be daytime. Needs 2 more hits.
Oh, he'll get
Gets
them.
him anyway.
In the final moments of nighttime. Oh, this is looking rough for Yellow Submarine. 13-3 here in favor of Nigma Galaxy. And just the fact that you just got to look at that Sumail in the safe lane, he's 3-0-3. Lorinov in the mid lane, he's 6-0-3. And they're just coming up to 11 minutes in. The mid and the carry already getting numerous kills and assists in these laning phases. Batyuk. He senses something because he is ready to roll. He's not going to be able to roll in time though. He's actually going to get it up. Will manage to get over the tree line. The physical damage is coming in. They have the lockdown onto Lorinov. They might just be able to kill the Viper. They do. Massive kill, and it goes the way of Shigetsu. This time, Nigma Galaxy, they'll get punished. Rain closing in on towards Sumail. Shigetsu's going to run him down. Concoction at the ready. Jump forward here with the shield crash. Batchuk takes out Samael. And that is a massive turn of events there for Yellow Submarine to find. Nigma Galaxy, they went a little bit too deep. And they did not expect Shigetsu to turn up to the action. And because he does, he gets a nice involvement on the kills. And that will put him back on track for a pretty good relic timing after that play.
Yeah, getting 500 gold from that kill, getting some extra gold from... No, nighttime, finger ready, still should be... No, he had...
Ringmaster's going to save him.
He's there.
I mean, that's huge
High
save.
level.
Yeah.
Level 9 on Shigetsu. Most importantly, he didn't die a single time.
No.
He is 2-0-2 on top of the network by a huge margin.
I mean, they want him. GH continuing the aggressive moves, but Cemetery's able to get the jump onto the two of them. Nigma Galaxy. Omar will tank the concoction. Yeah, you can see how aggressive Nigma Galaxy want to be. And for pretty much the first 11 minutes, they were getting away with it. But that last play up top, they get punished. Now straight back into action, they run down bottom. They will be able to get the tier 1 tower, but they won't get their hands on any of Yellow Submarine. Yellow Submarine able to avoid that play. And with that turnaround fight up top, new life sort of being brought into the lineup of Yellow Submarine here against Nigma Galaxy, despite some of these insane starts that Nigma Galaxy were getting in the lanes.
This is something that does happen. I think everybody experienced it where you are too farmed and the map is still pretty big, and then you make one bad move, suddenly the enemy, they are back on track. Because you definitely want to be putting that pressure. You want to be using the gold that you got to try to put more pressure onto the enemy team. And now Alchemist is going to finish that Radiance in the next minute or so.
Man, look at this.
Yeah, managing to recover. As long as Rain gets involved, this could be another massive kill. Cemetery,
yeah,
I believe he saw him. Rain, ready with the jump.
Making some really, really strong counter plays here. You know, with the 4 of Nigma Galaxy showing bottom, they know it's very unlikely that they can do anything to react to the fact that Samael's getting dove beyond the tier 1 tower. An aggressive move succeeded here for the Yellow Submarine. Batyuk will get left behind, caught by the silence, so they'll lose the Pango. But with the way that the game was going, these are trades they'll take every day of the week. Taking down Samael as the carry, only losing their offlaner in return. They're shaking up the game big time, Yellow Submarine, and starting to wipe away any sort of remnant from this pretty horrific laning stage that they encountered, specifically in the mid and the offlane. There's only a 1k gold difference now.
Yeah, a lot of that is centered around Alchemist, who is the most farm hero in the game. 8.3k, 14 minutes in, just finished off the Radiance, so he's in a pretty sweet spot at the moment. And as we suggested when we saw the Alchemist, don't give away any of the Aghanim Scepters. Play for yourself. I see Blink, BKB, AC. I think it's necessary. You're playing against Drow Ranger. You want to be having that AC as fast as possible to tank up yourself, tank up the team.
And this is the thing as well. You know, even if, as the Alchemist, you were going to be giving away Ags first, after what went down in the mid and the off lane, you're like,
oh, you're not
look what you guys did. You are not getting an Aghanims from me anytime soon until you clean up your act and stop feeding. You know, she gets to it. He'll get them later when they've been good boys. But the laning phase is like, no. I'm going to buy myself some items first. I'm going to carry this game. So, yeah, indeed. She gets to locking in for the team. Yeah.
Batyuk. The Diffusal Blade finally finished. Still, again, he is getting good amount of levels. Considering how everything was going, he's the same level as Viper, who was 6-0-3 at one point. He was getting the solo XP. Batyuk, he's back again. Check his PC. I don't know how this guy is getting so much XP in every... Yeah, this guy's good.
He's good at fixing it when he's not good. You know, he can counter the not good with more good than the not good. So, he's good.
Yeah, makes
maths
sense.
out. Yeah.
That was my cheese reference the other day. You just pulled it off with...
Wait, the cheese? What did you do?
About the cheese, the holes, the more cheese you have, the less... Yeah.
Yeah, you know, maths, physics, science, we got it covered here in this cast. We're talking about the cheese with the holes, the good greater than the not good on a Pango in the lane. And Batyuk, same build as... I think he's pretty much got every game, right? It's always the Diffusal Aghanims from the off lane for him on the Pango.
Even treads, these are late treads. I think treads are very good once you are playing from ahead. Playing from behind, it doesn't feel that good. It's not going to say 1,000 gold down the drain because you're still getting the value out of the item, but it is delaying some of your more important items. That being Blink Dagger, that being Aghanim Scepter. Shigetsu gonna get scouted here by GH.
He's going to be fine, though. GH will be able to defensively roll over the creep wave. Or Devi. On the hunt. Omar. He's got a finger and he's ready to use it. Find himself a stack.
Are scanning.
Scan spin here. They know the whereabouts of Yellow Submarine. Cemetery looking pretty dead. They'll find him. I'll take him out. Omar, being a sensible Lion player, doesn't just throw out the ult to get a stack. Knows that's not needed and he'll save it for later. Doesn't want to put it on cooldown yet. That was a very long cooldown. Level 1.
Something to point out is Essence Distiller, one of the best items you can buy against Night Stalker, because he has that unobstructed vision during his Dark Ascension, and then it shares the vision, what he does have, so you are seeing more if you can get it on top of him.
Yeah,
Use that strength against him.
crazy. Yeah. Divine. Be a little careful around here. Doesn't nearly get caught out by Shigetsu. Just going to try and enter back in onto the high ground. Rain would have been ready for him if he does come into the jungle. Divine. Still trying to do as much as he can during the night time. It's not easy now. Yellow Submarine are pretty set up and ready for these sort of moves. The game continuing to calm down a little bit, much to the pleasure of Shigetsu on his out. Might actually find a chance to go for Devi here, and with the jump,
Triple
they'll
bombs.
get themselves another one. Very nice setup of the damage output from Cemetery.
Oh man, these techies players, these spammers, you can see them. As soon as you see these 3 bombs dropped immediately after the blast off, you know you're cooked. You're like, okay, we are playing against a guy that knows what's doing on techies. That was always the tricky part. Immediately going through the twin gates. They want more. Rest of Nigma Galaxy, they are lurking around. And they also have this Watcher that I believe scouted the Hakoda.
They want this fight, Nigma Galaxy. They've got the numbers. Looking for Hakoda, but not feeling confident enough to push for the kill.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So Hakoda's able to get out. Rain and Shigetsu very much enjoying the space that they're getting. Shigetsu not too far off from having the BKB. And already we've seen him do a good job of finding the right moves to be involved in and the right ones to stay away from. 2-0-3. With the BKB, he's going to have even more opportunities where he could look to join with the team.
And for the first time, we're in the lead. Because it started pretty dark for them during nighttime. They got 2-3 kills, and then mid lane was just completely dominated by Lorinov. It started to fall off. Alchemist still insane amount of farm that he does have. 13.5k, 20 minutes in. BKB about to be completed. Needs to farm this camp, and he will have it.
Radiant's middle tower is
They're
under
going to look to get very aggressive now, Nigma Galaxy. Bringing some mail in as well for this smoke. All the way across the map here, 20 minutes in. And they'll find a freebie here under the tier 2. But shouldn't find anything more. The cause, again, from Yellow Submarine. Instantly, when they know this area is not safe, they are not taking any risks. Cemetery might be able to time the Wisdom Steal. It's up. If he takes a little walk up there, he'll be able to take it. Looks like he's not going to check it out. He seems more focused on
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Something
the
else.
Lotus. Yeah, unless he thinks he can maybe... I don't know. It's like he's in perfect position to go get that Wisdom. He really wants this kill. I guess is he going to go for a play here?
He doesn't know who it is. He saw Lotus as being...
Well-
he's AFK, Owen.
I guess so. Well, I guess he just assumed that the wisdom was not going to be available to be taken. But it would have been. Yeah, Omar's able to just blink past him and still pick it up for themselves.
More like terrified about what's going to happen if he goes in. I think he should have went in. Doesn't matter.
He could have got that wisdom. But yeah, doesn't go for it. Devi. I will not quite see him straight away. Smoke comes in again from Nigma Galaxy. Rain or Shigetsu would be the big catches. Cemetery, he's even deeper on the map now. I don't know what the plan is from him. Obviously, well, now it's for a Tormentor steal, I'd imagine. If
yes.
he catches Nigma Galaxy going
if
for
he
it.
commits, yes.
Yeah.
He could also just be here and not do anything like he did with the wisdom.
Yeah, he just really likes this side of the map. He's waiting for the big play. We'll see if the big play eventually comes.
Probably a
from down
Phoenix
there.
player as well. They love to be out of the map.
They're going to lose Hakoda. Samel gets the quick kill and is able to jump away. Shards come down. Will block Shigetsu off from getting to Omar, but Cemetery, he turns up to the mid, ready to get in with the play and help Rain take out Omar. So they'll get the support trade.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Not sure I like this shard pickup on Devi, considering that you need to be able to get the jump, find the backline, find this Ringmaster. It's an okay upgrade, but it's not the shard that you want to be buying. It's like you're still getting some kind of a farm during daytime. It's a good farming tool, but delaying your Blink Dagger just doesn't feel as good.
Dire are scanning.
He seems like to be completely skipping the Blink Dagger, or no, he's going back for it. I was a little worried because you need to have that item on a hero, otherwise it just doesn't work. Nullifier is going to be great. You see Pango with the shield, big one being, of course, Escaped Act, Ghost Scepter available on Ringmaster. Yellow Submarine, they're going to smoke, trying to look for something. Shigetsu, he feels pretty strong with the BKB that he purchased, didn't even use it. We saw BKB usage from Rain. They also bought the gem. Playing around the runes, Shield Rune could be pretty massive if they can find an opening. Don't have abilities that go through debuff immunity, but they can lock them down from 100 to 0 if they don't overlap.
Devi, instant BKB. TPs are coming in. He's going to try and look to turn. The rest of Nigma Galaxy trying to join, but the BKB will now come to an end for Devi, and straight away Rain, he's in onto the high ground. He sees the chance to get onto Sumail. He's going pretty deep for this effort. Won't get the Vortex onto Sumail. Has to use the rest of his BKB to get away, but the BKB comes out, finishes, and when out with the snowball, then he is dead. Devi now able to make the jump into the river over towards Cemetery, chasing down the techies. GH will have the shards back up in a few seconds. Cemetery will fall. GH and Omar should be able to grab more. They get the stun opening, in fact, onto the bigger target. They find Batyuk. GH will trap in the Ringmaster. They do lose the Lion. Batyuk's going to try and roll back in aggressive onto them. And maybe with Shigetsu, they can clean up some core kills. Samael, the Alk's on top of him. He's in trouble. Shigetsu takes Samael down, jumps over towards GH. Double kill for him. Concoction thrown over towards Lorinov. Shigetsu getting a triple kill. A huge cleanup for Yellow Submarine. It looked to be such a rough start. Again, Shigetsu, he's saying, oh, that's it, Storm. You're not even getting the Ags first. I'm giving it the pack. Because, Storm, he went in, used all his mana, he died.
Never getting it.
No, he's not doing great for his kind of bid on getting the Ags from this out. Because Shigetsu's like, all right, guys, I guess I'll come across and I will carry you guys. Because he's turning up at the right time every single time here on the Alchemist. And 5-0-5. Yeah, as we see here, Rain goes in a bit deep, but obviously, as Rain would tell him, he's like, look, I died so that you could clean up the fight when they got overexcited and got baited to run onto your side of the map. It's big brain stuff here from Rain.
You seem to be expert with these excuses. Why you're feeding so much. Like every single time somebody dies in a weird spot, you always have something to say, like somebody else to blame. But yeah, this fight, like very good Rolling Thunder coming out from Batyuk. He waited it for a long time. This is also pre-Blade Dagger on him.
Just going to torment him. But yeah, sorry, continue. Yeah, this fight. The Blink Dagger.
Yes. For the next fight, he is going to have a Blink Dagger available. Going to be much easier. Level 18 now. Seems like they're not doing enough in terms of how much damage. I want to see the damage overall. I feel like
we can bring that
Sumail's
up.
damage.
We can bring
have
that
the
up. We got the technology
bring
for that. Look at that. Yeah.
9,000 coming out from him. A lot on the same kind of level of dealing the damage.
Yeah,
I gotta
very
say,
split.
I was maybe expecting.
Yeah.
I've been expecting maybe slightly more. It was Lauren on for the first 10 minutes, and now he's back to Lauren off. He's going to need to step it up, considering the start that he did have. Problem is you're playing Viper. You can't really make that many moves. This is also Treads Viper. It's not Boots of Travel, so very difficult to connect with the rest of the team. You also want to be getting the farm. You can't just walk around the map doing absolutely nothing. So waiting for his BKB timing. Also very important that they recovered the gem. It was Lorenov who picked it up, and then he died, so they retrieved the gem. Rain again holding the gem. Will need to be much more careful with the next one.
Yes. Yes, indeed. And yeah, Nigma Galaxy, they really have to be very aware of where the Alk is and when he's turning up to these fights, because so far Shigetsu, his his involvement has been the perfect balance. You know, this isn't an Alk that's overplaying his hand, trying to turn up too much, and it's also not an Alk that's sitting completely AFK. You know, when his team needs him to turn around these plays and come in, he absolutely has so far. Having a pretty crazy game. He's nearly level 20 on the Alchemist, 21k net worth. He's making this last pick Alchemist look very, very good here with the play so far.
Yeah, and you also want your Alchemist to join. This is not your investing into later stages of the game, giving out Aghanim Scepters. Instead, he is playing for himself, which means that all that network that he has on him, 21,000, 28 minutes in, the team needs him. The team needs him to deal the damage. AC completed, Basher on top of that. We'll have something to deal with the BKBs as well. There is double BKB timing, one available on Viper, one available on Night Stalker. Already used it, I mean, he only used it once, but I would assume that they want to have Nullifier for the next fight. Davai getting very close to it. Needs another 600 gold to finish it off.
Shigetsu ready to lead the charge. For the jump onto Lorenov in the mid. TP's coming in, but the burst, it's going to be there. They have the Vortex to lock down Lorenov. Will get the BKB off, but the physical damage comes in from Shigetsu. They take Lorenov out. He turns to Omar. Double kill for Shigetsu. Batyuk seeing if he can set up for more beyond the tower with the Rolling Thunder, but the Rolling Thunder now comes to a finish. I mean, they'll be happy to settle it like that. Quick little move. Gets them 2 kills, and they don't lose anything.
Roshan on time for them. More than enough minus armor, more than enough damage. AC minus armor from Lucky Shot. Acid Spray. I see somebody's going to be able to maybe think about getting in. Davai, he was toying with the idea, but doesn't want to die.
This would be a risky steal play. And one that it looks like they're not going to come in time to make, as Roshan's gone. Aegis on Rain, and Rain is straight away looking for kills outside of the pit. Closes it onto GH. Sumail's going to show himself with the multi-shot. Should be able to slide back to safety. Davai, he's going to get in. He's going to make the jump over towards the out. They'll get the Hex into the burst. They save him with the box. Can he get out alive? Shigetsu's able to put the BKB in the Chemical Rage. Hakoda bailing Shigetsu out for now. They are going to try and push on forward, Nigma Galaxy. They desperately want to find this Alchemist. Davai will jump over, put a stop to the attempt of escape from Batyuk. We'll see Rain jump back in. He's kind of just given his life here, I think, at this point.
Yes.
Zips in to make sure that this out could get out, but no! Shigetsu says, I'm not getting out! I'm going back in! Jumps in onto Lorenov. He's ready to run down Sumail and Omar. Sumail in trouble. The bomb thrown his way from the techies as he'll get taken down. Vortex on towards Omar. Shigetsu getting another cleanup. Double kill. Godlike on this Alchemist. I mean, as I said, this is really immaculate stuff around this out. You know, I feel very rarely you see a team fight this well around the out carry. It's, as you say, pretty refreshing to see after some of these outs in the past of doing these acts build up. You know, Shigetsu absolutely showing us the potential of this hero when you play it in the style and the fashion that he is here with Yellow Submarine.
This is the old school Alchemist, and I can't believe that he survived. He was so low, and
he goes back in.
To go back in. Yeah, Davai, he was the one who was pinging, like, jumped them. They want to be able to kill this Alchemist, and love the play from Rain, understanding that he has this Aegis and needs to be able to get in to try to salvage this fight. So he gets focused, they use spells on him, and then he regenerated enough, back to full HP, gets the jump, and afterwards, it's it's just Yellow Submarine show. They were ready to take that fight. Clutch save, though. If Alchemist dies there, they needed one spell, maybe one extra hit on him. It would be enough. And now, you are controlling power runes for your Storm Spirit. Does have DD in bottle. Nothing.
Very
I'm
impressive.
looking at Shigetsu, Owen. He's like,
Yeah.
nobody's getting an axe.
No,
Up until
nobody's
I'm
getting
6 slotted.
After the Swiftling. Now that'll be the real test. Because is he going to queue up a Moonshard for himself, or will he then start buying some Aghanims?
No,
I feel like
it's Ags.
it's
It's
are you
Ags
sure?
time for your Storm Spirit. Yeah, you got it. I would be
Dude,
okay.
I don't know about
even-
that. I think he might give it to the Pango first.
Pango already has his. I don't know if the.
Hey, you get some money
you still
back,
get a
right?
refund. Yeah,
Yeah.
you get a refund, but I think Storm Spirit could
Give
be
it-
a big setup for Pango,
Yes,
for Wheel of
yeah.
Wonder as well. Nigma Galaxy in a lot of trouble.
They are now. This game 2 has completely slipped away from them. Again, just to, kind of rewind the clock and remember the laning phase. As I said, it was a point where Samel was 3-0-3 out of his laning phase, and the Viper was 6-0-3. But these few fights that Yellow Submarine have been able to turn around to say whoever's making the call, whether it's Shigetsu himself or there's someone else on the team calling for Shigetsu to turn up and return to farming, they've just played perfectly with this AUK, and it's looking impossible for Nigma Galaxy to deal with now. Rain, he will get caught as they're in with the jump. He's actually able to get the BKB off, and he's got plenty of mana to zip away. He'll go for the zip TP. He's actually out and alive. Rain, now at this point, they can't even jump and kill the Storm. Rain's able to live.
Techies has a BKB. Cemetery managed. Look how farmed he is. The most farm support in the game by a huge margin compared to GH, who's sitting at only 6,000. It does allow him to get the jump in the backlines. It's a lot of damage, and also being able to use his spells, get the taser, not caring too much about the nullifier either on this Night Stalker. They fully recovered, Owen, and they're ready
really
to
did.
potentially be the aggressors, be the ones who are controlling the rest of the game, controlling the map. Right now, vision for Nigma Galaxy is almost non-existent.
Got that coming up to 79% win probability here, according to the old Dota Plus. Shiva's guard done for Batchuk. Definitely getting to see this game. Why we said at the beginning of this series that this would not be a walk in the park for Nigma Galaxy. Yellow Submarine been showing a lot of potential, and maybe they can sort of, maybe the concern now for Nigma Galaxy is, well, maybe that game one was as simple as it was because they got the lone druid, and maybe without that, things kind of get a little more complicated against Yellow Submarine with how well Yellow Submarine's been playing on this qualifier run. This is going to be a tough game 2 for Nigma Galaxy to get back in their hands, and could be a pretty difficult game 3.
Yeah, it could be. I agree with everything that you said, but I also wanted to see what Shigetsu's gonna queue up next.
Let's
He
buy
has
himself-
Shard. Yeah.
Nobody's getting an axe. Maybe after that. He's going to queue up Moonshard first.
At least he can use that. You can use that on your ally, so at least that's something.
That's true. Maybe he
AC's
buys, he gets Moonshard and gives that to the Storm, and is like, well, you see, if you played your lane a little nicer, this could have been an Aghanims. But the best I could do for you is a useless Moonshard. Let's have a look. It's all very exciting to see what he's going to get, because he's going to have the Aghanim Shard money to buy it. See in the mid, I mean, they're trying to go for this techies, but Cemetery, the BKB, is living a little longer than they wanted him to, as he's going to survive. And that's going to be
He's a
both of them
tanky
dead
guy.
there for that. Yeah, he's throwing out a tip for that one, Cemetery.
Again,
Yeah,
no
that's
real
unreal.
follow. It was only 2 of them jumping tech
Yeah, it
with
was a bit
1900
desperate.
HP.
Here comes the push. Batchuk in with a great jump. He's actually caught Lorinov. They close the gap in with the Vortex. Lorinov's in trouble. Shigetsu moves up with the Abyssal Blade. They've had to come out with the 2 buybacks, Nigma Galaxy, Omar and Davai. Davai at the side. He's trying to go in for this play, but his BKB's still on cooldown. There's a dieback on him. Cemetery is still alive. They cannot kill this techies.
Middle barracks are under attack.
With that Night Stalker, you can't take the fight. Like, he's the one that people are really afraid of. Sumail. Trying to pump in the damage, but not enough. Box ready behind Alchemist.
Shigetsu not taking much damage at all right now from this Drow. He is just massive on the Alchemist. Rain looking for the jumps. Want to get them, but gets the space to allow them to clean up that tier 3 and Rax in the mid lane. Shigetsu ready to do the damage top. And here it is. The Aghanims is queued up. Finally. He's ready to reward the
game
team.
might end.
He's like, well, now that I've carried you guys, I guess I can be a generous god and buy you some Aghanims.
Nothing they can do about this. That's 2 sets, 2 full sets. Bottom set is available. Roshan may respawn in 30 seconds. No need to rush anything. They can set it up, play in that area. You see the amount of bombs that they already have in the enemy triangle, seeing if they're going to be making the approach from this one. And Dakota drawing on a minimap, push out the bottom lane. Roshan is going to be available potentially soon. In a very good spot right now. Kind of very hard to throw the game as well. I'm looking at the items, how much gold they have on Nigma Galaxy. Sumail, like, this is not a Divine Rapier territory. This is not anything close. It's not like big damage upgrade, no Daedalus, no Butterfly. I'm also a little surprised that we are not seeing Aghanim Scepter on Drow Ranger, especially against some of these matchups where you, like, it reduces the healing by 10% per stack.
There seems a real preference thing. Like some Drows, there are still some Drows that will buy it quite early in their build, but indeed some other players just
Ame will rush.
See it.
Ame will legit go for it as his first item.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Well, Nigma Galaxy are stepping out of the base.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Dude, Lacoste, do you see? Look where the Ags went. Poor old Brain.
He didn't get it, huh?
He gave it to the Pango first.
I see.
Rain. He's going to get the zip in here with the BKB.
He's mad. He wants in.
It's the pull in on towards the Viper. The setup's there. Rolling Thunder comes in. GH and Lorinov dead. Lorinov will buy back immediately as Yellow Submarine are ready to run straight over towards Sumail. Sumail caught out and killed off. He's out for 80. No buyback on him. As Yellow Submarine, they are very ready to close this game 2 out. Push it to a game 3 here, very likely, as the buybacks are running out for Nigma Galaxy. A very, very impressive game 2 from Yellow Submarine. Again, considering the laning phase, they turn it around. And there it is.
And they're going to call
GG's
it.
called. Well, as you'd always hope to see, a game 3 is going to be coming up between these two to fight for that final spot from the Europe qualifiers for TI. And my goodness, after this game 2, Nigma Galaxy might be a little bit shaken up, Lacoste.
And they might be. It's going to leave a bad taste in their mouths if they don't qualify.
On his pubs also, we don't have the most up-to-date stats, but until they were being recorded, 831 games, 61% win rate. So this is, you know, he has found the space to bring out his best hero. And from what you're telling me, he's managed to find a way to bring it out as the last pick in a game where the hero looks pretty phenomenal in its matchups.
Yeah, he does. I mean, this Timbersaw, I think Timbersaw is going to own this game. There's literally nothing that he's afraid of. Maybe mana burn from Pangolier, but other than that, he seems more than fine. Unless he's somehow isolated, so Spectre hits him with his dispersion, desolate damage. But other than that, I think this hero is more than fine. They have really no abilities to stop him from getting in, getting out of the fight as well. Davai, he's going to need to step up in this game because he's been set up for a success.
He really has. And as I say, from the stats, he's certainly got the backup to prove that he can do it here with this Timber. His best hero coming in at this defining moment at the qualifiers. Game 3 against Yellow Submarine. A Yellow Submarine with a lineup that, you know, I can't help but feel that if this game doesn't get kind of taken under the control of Nigma Galaxy early, this Shigetsu Spectre in the late game might be something that they will not be able to deal with. Under the tier 2 tower, Sumail is going to get taken down. Yellow Submarine having just enough to kill him off and find that first blood to start game 3.
Hakoda, this time around, getting Tame the Beast, getting him mid-skewer and then catching him off guard, I assume. It's not going to be as strong for trading in the lane. GH did deny that bounty rune. So good start for him. We saw what Cemetery can do with the farm that he was getting in the previous game. Getting the BKB, being very tanky. Good start for this offlane. But Yuk also should have a good time in the bottom lane. He is Tide Hunter after all. Magnus, that's a carry Magnus. He puts more points into Empower, so not going to be feeling that much damage.
And of course, as the carry mag against the Tide, there will be the timings of the game where even if you get him in that RP, you're probably going to be ready to have the BKB ready to press, because a high chance the Batchuk will still get those Ravages out to disrupt your play. Top lane, Davai talked about the expectations for him. He ends up dying in the lane. Omar also to get chased down here. The darts hitting, he will survive. But a very nice kill for them to find early on in the laning stage here, Hakoda and Shigetsu.
He thought to put more pressure with rolling that, and that is what you're supposed to do, but also sometimes in some matchups you want to go for reactive armor, be slightly more tanky. They cut down all the trees in this area, making sure that he's not going to be able to get that harassment, get that extra bit of a damage maybe. How's mid lane doing? 6 and 2. Sniper sitting at 9 and 1. Or enough sniper. There are a couple of sniper experts in the scene. Quinn being the one, but he's not playing anymore. Of course, XM, we gotta mention him. And Lorinov also being very big on sniper.
Bottom lane, GH. They're gonna have him. Now the Submarine starting to get some early kills here in the lanes. Bottom lane. At the least for Nigma Galaxy, they're making sure the Batjuk doesn't have an easy time finding the CS. Some of the slowest start right now at the cores in terms of the last hits. Samael getting pretty much free farm as the Magnus, despite his support dying. Not super easy for GH to trade with them, especially once the levels are there. Cemetery is going to have a decent amount of burst to threaten the Phoenix. Top lane things starting to calm down a little bit for Divine. Ali's level 3. He's got the extra point to spend if necessary for a Timber Chain. Yeah, I'll pop it in there now. Get away from the two of them. Much less likely that he dies again now against those two top.
Doesn't have the strongest support in the lane as Timber, because it's a melee position for. He doesn't trade that well, especially because they also got some extra bit of a gold early on from that assist. They got extra bit of a gold from the kill, and now Omar needs to find a way how to play this lane, because right now it's not really working out. Hakoda is giving him the treatment.
He's got stick charges and Verify here on Hakoda. Lorinov, he's actually going to get the chance to kill off Rain in the mid. And Cemetery will not be able to punish Lorinov. So Lorinov getting a very nice kill with the aggression. Hakoda will finish Omar off. Divide, he'll swing across, make sure to get that trade though. Takes down Hakoda in return. And mid lane, Lorinov getting a kill like that, it's going to set him on a good track to hitting that 6 pretty fast. Already about a full level of experience ahead of that, of the Pangolier in this matchup.
Not respecting Strongman Tonic there, because I was watching a different fight. He did have it because of the kill that he got early on. It's quite a lot of strength that you are getting. Well, he was level 3, so 8 extra strength, almost 200 HP.
It's a male. Getting the chance to take down Batjuk with the help of GH. They punish the Tide whilst he's on his own. As DJ Omar just kind of chasing Cemetery across the map. Eyes on the mid, Hakoda. We'll get the connection, but until Rain's got the 6 and the Rolling Thunder, they can't go for a tower dive for the sniper. Very difficult kill to try and get.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Across the board, though. 5 minutes in. Pretty even. They're going to try for another setup onto Devi. We'll chain away. They'll have another dagger in a few seconds to go for Devi. He has got a Lotus, so we'll be fine. Relatively so, though. We'll have to still stay underneath the tower and not able to put pressure really onto Shigetsu. He's having a fine time here, farming in the safe lane as the Spectre.
I think they want to get him level 6 and then try to make a move on Lorinov, because right now he is getting the solo XP. The rune, Omar is going to take it. Sniper doesn't care too much about the runes. Shigetsu needs another couple of creeps to be able to get this. Get this level 6. Also something to point out, Sumail, he is skipping Mask of Madness on the hero. Last time he played it, he did go for it. We saw other teams also pick up Mask of Madness. Naive, it's your farming tool, it's your sustain in the jungle. Right now, he is skipping it.
I like this. You know, I don't really know what I'm talking about, but at least when I'm doing the Magnus, I prefer to go this way. You know, just getting the Echo into the Blink. If that's indeed what he does go for us the second time after the Echo. It's something about this opening feels a bit more explosive when you do hit that kind of Echo Blink dagger timing and go for the first RP play. So fun to see, indeed, Sumail going for something a bit different to what we've seen on the other carry Magnus play, where is always that Mask of Madness first. But not here today for Sumail, going for the slightly different build-up.
We'll see if he goes back for it. I'm a big fan of both Mask of Madness and Echo Saber, and then going for a Blink, you can go Mask of Madness into Blink, into Echo Saber. Depends how the game is going, who's being the initiator for the team, whether you need to Blink initiate or you can just get away with getting the farm. Problem is, sometimes you don't have the sustain to clear the jungle because of your enchantments. Magnus being Universal Hero, you don't get to get those cool enchantments as an offlaner maybe, so you don't have as much regen. And you don't have as much sustain. So a lot of the times you would see carry Magnus without Mask of Madness sitting at 60-70% HP coming into a fight. Not where you want to be.
As we can see on the numbers, with the way that the laning's going, Nigma Galaxy are getting that little bit more out of these lanes. Both Lorinov and Sumail having quite the start here, top 2 net worth. See Rain go for the Rolling Thunder, thinking about trying for the dive, and here's that timing you talk about, with Shigetsu coming in with the ultimate, jumps over towards Lorinov, but they don't have enough damage to get him. Rain will try and slide in to finish up the job, but has not got the damage. Lorinov is perfectly fine. He could just turn, look to take Rain out. Rain is up to the high ground. He's bottling up. Sumail, he's going to dive on forward for him, though. Omar comes in from the side. He'll be able to run down Hakoda with the Battle Hunger. Shockwave not going to quite clip Rain. But Sumail, is he able to find a chance to get him? He won't. So TP out will come in time to keep Rain safe. But unsuccessful there with that first
Sniper's
attempt
tanky
with the horn.
He's very tanky. Double rate ban because he got that solo kill. Managed to farm Belt of Giant Strength. Understanding the matchup. Not going for Blade of Alacrity. I have more damage. We'll have more farm. It's more about the survivability. And so far it's working out. Devi farming on the other side. Completely uncontested as well. 45 CS on him. In the middle of the pack at the moment.
Not a super easy start so far for Rain. Mid lane, no longer really that safe of a space for him, especially with Omar hanging around, just spamming out the Battle Hungers anytime he steps up. Not easy to sit in the lane anymore against this sniper +1. Top GH. Ready to get aggressive. He's got the 6, Supernova at the ready. And they go for Hakoda. It's going to try and cycle away, but it's straight into Omar. He's got the call. They'll burst through him easily. Another kill
Nice
for
read
Nigma
from
Galaxy.
Omar.
3K lead now, 10 minutes in.
Lorinov, I think he also wants to make a move with this haste. Seems like they want to catch Rain. Omar is there. He could try to peep. Yeah, he has to TP out.
He's just not getting much space at all. Anytime this Pango tries to find somewhere to farm. Lorinov just turns up and forces him out of it. Top lane. Looking for a Coda. There's only so much running he can do. Davai easily able to chase him down. Pick up a third kill here. And with that, should be able to finish off the tower. Whilst this goes on in the mid, Omar continues to be in quite the nuisance. They'll deal with him though, right? We'll come across. I mean, I said they'll deal with him. Omar's going to be able to run. Should have him in a second with a swashbuckle or a shield crash. Will indeed finally take the axe out, but it's drawn a lot of attention towards the mid.
Where Sniper's going to be. He doesn't care about action getting or coming to his lane, so he can maybe get a kill. He can maybe get some extra farm. Device stealing some of the stacks as well. Magnus continues to farm up. 4k gold lead now for them. Axe is very underleveled. Level 4 at the moment, but everybody else on the team is doing more than fine.
No, they really are. Samel is going to be insanely farmed with these timings. And he's going to be able to be involved quite early on with this build. Halfway on the goal towards the Blink Dagger. The timings for Yellow Submarine are going to be a bit slower. They are going to need to somehow find a way to slow this game down. Allow Shigetsu to get this Blade Mail into Radiance. It's going to take a fair bit of time.
Wanted to mention it. It's going to be a very delayed Radiance. Blade Mail is super expensive item. 2.4k gold. And you're not getting involved. I can understand why he's getting Blade Mail. You're playing against a lot of uncontrollable damage rate against pretty much all 3 cores on Nigma Galaxy. But this could have also been Blade Mail slightly later. It's a bit of a cheaper option to farm. But that Radiance, that's a 20+ minute Radiance. If he dies once or twice, things are going to get pretty difficult for him to farm it.
Yeah, they are definitely hoping for a long game at Yellow Submarine. And maybe, that's not a bad shout for them to go for, especially when you consider, Game 2 was one where Nigma Galaxy got a lead early on, wanted to make aggressive plays, those went wrong, and suddenly the game turns around. So perhaps Yellow Submarine playing for that same sort of mistake to come out from Nigma Galaxy, and just sort of, they're going to kind of sit back, hit creeps, and force Nigma Galaxy to have to try and make those moves, knowing that after that last game, there is a chance that Nigma Galaxy might make the wrong ones. So far, nothing really going wrong at all for Nigma Galaxy. That's the timing for Samael. So 13 minutes, we'll have the Echo. Actually, no, sorry, he changed it up. Okay, so he actually goes for the full harpoon rush. So this is something different to what we've seen. So I was expecting the Echo into Blink. He did have that queued up, but he actually says, no, I'm just going to finish the harpoon first. Top. They come in with the catch onto Devi. It's quite a big catch as well, taking him out. So that's the Timber gone. So yeah, Samel is... Yeah, he's going to be continue to hit those creeps then until he has this Blink Dagger on top of the harpoon. Sure, if someone turns up to the lane, he can try and go for some setup play with the harpoon. But this does show that he's not interested in kind of getting involved yet. He is just going to continue to hit the creeps until the Blink Dagger is now done on top of that harpoon.
Yeah, that's why I thought maybe Mask of Madness is a better choice. Harpoon is good for setting things up with Skewer.
Yeah, it's a great item.
You're slightly more tanky. You would get that item no matter what. You would most likely get it at the later stages once you finish off your Mask of Madness, Blink Dagger, maybe even BKB if necessary, depending what you're playing against. But right now, it is just straight up Harpoon for Samael.
Shigetsu. But all the space that has been taken away from him, he's still managed to avoid death himself. 002. And he's starting to climb up the net worth. He's got a long way to go. But this, the 5k lead or such that Nigma Galaxy did build up, it has started to kind of stabilize, which Yellow Submarine will not be too upset about.
If they can get to their item timings, if they can farm this Aghanim Scepter on Tidehunter, maybe get a pick off in between without losing too much, they're definitely okay with that. Spectre getting to her Radiance timing. Problem is, they don't really have many playmakers. It needs to be Pango with the Blink Dagger, who's still relatively far away from it, or if he can find an opening with the Swashbuckle into the Fusel Blade slow, and then Spectre comes in. But they also need to be aware of how they're going to be getting out of the fight as well once they commit. That's why we're seeing them not really committing to these fights. Instead, like you saw that fight top, where they managed to kill the Vi. Quick kill. They saw the egg. They don't want to overcommit. They're happy with whatever they can get, any kind of a small advantage. But the gold lead still keeps increasing for Nigma Galaxy.
Let's see if they want to go for that smoke move. Or if Sumail's going to be content still farming. Blink Dagger's on the courier for him. It's in a very, very strong spot. If they want to try and make some play, maybe if he wants to go for the twin gate, head over. Okay, he's going to TP
He's TPing mid
to join the rest of the team. So here's that move. So really strong timing here. 16 minutes in. Blink Harpoon. Ready to go on Sumail. They catch any of these heroes in an RP, they're getting the kill. The time might be a little more complicated because he's got the Kraken shell, but anyone else, very dead. Easy catch onto the mid, finds Cemetery.
without committing too much. It's just Harpoon, just Blink, and Skewer. No RP, still has that available for the next fight if needed. A little surprised that Lorinov is going for Mjolnir. I know this is a, probably more popular build in pubs, but this item is really not that great. Maybe he's thinking, I need to have cheap option to deal with the Radiance, the mischance that against Spectre, but I feel like the other option feels much, much better. With you getting the Dragonlance, getting the Shard, and then picking up Silver Edge, forcing Spectre to buy extra bit of detection, and then you have Silver Edge as well for Spectre and Tidehunter, and then going back to Hydra. Because I don't consider Mjolnir to be a very good item at the moment. It's very expensive and not really doing that much.
No, that's fair, yeah. I think maybe one of the reasons as well where we're starting to see the rise of some of these carries that don't rely on building up the Mjolnir. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It has been nerfed way too many times. Sumail, bottom, he's going to be able to finish off that tower. GH in close vicinity, making sure that he has something just in case they decide to go on him.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Definitely looking so far so good, but it is one of those games where if you kind of throw a bad team fight into a Spectre that cleans up, that lead that you have against him will start to dissipate very quickly. So Nigma Galaxy, they've got to continue to play this opening very carefully to maintain this lead. The Assassinate coming onto Rain, but nowhere near enough damage to snipe him down quite yet.
Supports on Yellow Submarine are not farming much, so they can't really get stuff done. These are fighting heroes rather than farming heroes. They're still gonna smoke up, seeing that there is no egg available. Magnus still fight ready. Ideally, you would want to have Shigetsu to have Radiance at this point, but only Relic on the Courier.
He's on GH bottom. They know that he's used the Supernova, so GH pretty vulnerable here. Catch him in the chain stun. Will manage to take the Phoenix out. Cause of Nigma Galaxy, though, very safe elsewhere on the map. Lorinov still yet to die, 2-0-2. Getting to clean up the mid very, very easily. There still is that very, very fast timing on the Mjolnir, so his farm speed will be very strong, likely to stay up there parallel with the net worth gain of Sumail.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And this is before he even gets empowered. It's a range hero, so you're not getting all the benefits, but it's still relatively good damage increase. Spectre desperately needs that Radiance. This is going to be their time to strike. But Duke finished off his Aghanim Scepter. Maybe they can sync up both Blink Dagger on Tidehunter, Radiance, and Spectre, and then try to take the fight. Tormentor is available Radiant not gonna find anything,
Top tower is under attack.
but they still want to take the fight. Omar also with the Blink Dagger.
They have to set up this for this fight, Yellow Submarine. They can't start the Tormentor whilst they don't have info on the whereabouts of Nigma Galaxy, but they can set up for a team fight like this from the high ground. Nigma Galaxy. Smoke's going to come off. GH knows that someone's up here. We'll dive in to kind of check out the situation. As Nigma Galaxy don't want to enter into this corner of the map blindly. So they'll back off.
They see that Spectre doesn't have Radiance yet. It's gonna come on the Courier after this creep wave. And look where Cemetery is. Same spot, same items. He does have Essence Distiller. Could potentially see them once they go on the Tormentor. Does have Tumbler's Toy. So can go for the jump. Completely AFK in this area again.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Favorite spot of the map. Worked out right from last game.
Is under attack.
It really did. And as you say, just playing for the chances of seeing if you can get that sort of big play, big info for the team.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Now for Yellow Submarine, they have got the blink on Batchuk, so they can look to set up the fights themselves with the jump potential of both him and the Pangolier. So they go for the TP out. They won't have anything to stop that, or look to drop anything for it. I mean, I guess the question from me really is, obviously I'm seeing this Spectre, Shigetsu getting to farm, getting to catch back up. Like, how much of an uh-oh is it for Nigma Galaxy that this Spectre's getting to do this? That he's got the Blamer, that he's got the Radiance? Like, is it already getting to a point where Nigma Galaxy are feeling a bit of pressure to speed things up, or do you not think they're necessarily feeling that at all?
They have Sniper, they have Magnus, they have
Yeah.
good scaling. Axe is also going to be scaling at one point. You know, this is Blink Dagger, Call, going for the 4-staff next. Might even try to upgrade that later on. Rain, he's in.
Okay. And here comes the Haunt. Now drop the Ravage. Only catches GH. So everything on a GH. They will be able to run down Omar. Don't get the cores, but they do manage to make sure that both kills go the way of the carry. She gets able to turn up, clean up.
Back to farming. These are the type of fights they want to get, and I think Nigma Galaxy, after seeing that they use 2 really long ultis, long cooldowns, they're gonna go inside a Roche pit and take it, knowing that they can't really contest without these abilities. Though I also opt to go for a BKB as his second item. I think it's a correct choice. You're playing against Pango, you are playing against more annoying spells, and also playing against Blade Mail. It can be super annoying if you want to be killing Spectre. Smell. Let's get a pick off. BKB about to be completed. Needs another camp.
Smell. It's going to not get the grab on Hakoda. Has the blink. One of the strongest items to have against these harpoon play styles. Always able to blink away.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Start approaching the mid here, Nigma Galaxy. Stepping up for the tier 2. It's just, I just wonder if there's... do you not think there's that kind of feeling in the back of their minds, Nigma Galaxy, after that game 2 where this... You know, Shigetsu's play on the Alchemist, this guy knows what to do to turn a game around on his carry. And indeed, this game, he's not died yet on the Spectre. He's third on the net worth. He's rising up the ranks. I think I'd be a bit concerned if I'm Nigma Galaxy. Even though you do have scaling potential, you do have some of these heroes like the Sniper that are not going to have fun dealing with the Spectre later on. In the river, they will find Batchuk. So getting a big kill, but surely they want to try and look for more and more. If they slow this down, you got to be worried about Shigetsu. He knows how to heavy carry a game.
Yeah, and he's very careful. Like, this is a type of carry player that knows when to take the risks. A lot of bombs here.
Oh my goodness, they'll get him, and they will survive the mines. And that will set them up to go for the Tormentor. Now, kind of low, but GH will heal them up. And should be able to find us.
Well, they are dropping low, but will be able to get it in the end. GH Sunray definitely helped. Up to 10k, highest net worth lead that we've seen them have. But Spectre, she is getting the farm.
She
will
really
also,
is.
yeah, she is, but she will also need, like, this is not one of those games where Spectre can solo carry. She also needs Pango to be able to scale. And right now, Rain, lowest network core. She can't do it on her own because she will, like, later on get broken by Sniper. We will see that. We will maybe see it even from the Magnus. Yeah, he has one queued up, so very good item in this game. We talked about it during the draft once we saw Spectre and Tidehunter on the same team.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe I am overrating the Spectre a little bit. Maybe it's just sort of trauma from all those games in the past that you play where the enemy's got the Spectre hitting the creeps, and you're like, guys, there's a Spectre that we haven't seen in quite some time and getting quite a lot of items online. I don't know. I feel like Nigma Galaxy have to be a little bit worried about Shigetsu in the mid. Jump's going to be there to get the Vi.
Nice. Sinking, not overlapping anything. Divide doesn't get the BKB off. They get the kill, immediately back to farming. I think Nigma Galaxy should try to look for a fight, knowing, again, 2 very long cooldowns, 2+ minutes. Should try to find something. Smoke up, maybe buy gem. GH doesn't have it yet. Try to control certain areas of the map and play from there, but right now, there's not much going on. They are back to farming, maybe also respecting techies, knowing that they can't invade. We saw what they can do near the twin gates because he dropped them relatively low. Imagine if Tidehunter jumps on top of that. Imagine if your Spectre also gets on top with the ulti. Level 18 now, Manta finished. BKB next on the menu for Shigetsu.
No, I mean that's going to really enable him to turn up to any of these fights very confidently against Nigma Galaxy. Samael.
Thinking about it.
It's difficult though. I mean, anytime you're making these moves on the map against the techies, you never really want to be the one who blinks in first, because it might go horribly wrong.
They're using Essence Distiller plus Mines, so they see exactly where they are. They're blocking off the ramp, sending out Spectre illusions, knowing that they might strike while the ultis are down. 50 seconds for both of them to come back online.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Slowly able to enter into the high ground, but not able to get a catch. Rain trying for the Wisdom Steal, but he's going to get caught by the call. Samael, he'll drop an RP for this one. Ensure that they can catch and kill off the Pango. They see Divide. They know that he's not really got the team with him. He's going to BKB immediately. Knows that he's vulnerable whilst he's out alone. Does not want to risk the chance of them being able to make a play for him.
That's BKB out of the system. Roshan still going to be on this side for another minute and a half. Spectre continues to farm up. It's a scary hero. A bit of a forgotten hero.
It is.
We've seen it
I think it is.
here and there, but it's a hero that can carry the games.
Because this is the thing. I feel like the best scaling out of the heroes on Team Nigma, right, is the sniper. And that's the one that the Spectre kind of counters the most. That's my concern here for Nigma Galaxy.
You're not wrong, Owen. I mean, it is like that. She can disassemble that Radiance later on, pick up Nullifier, and get some Bloodthorn action going on. Scotty, there's a lot of items that Sniper is gonna need to be afraid of. I'm seeing what GH is buying, and I am agreeing. All of these auras tanking things up. Does have Greedy Enchantment, of course, 100 extra GPM. Gold is kicking in. How's Axe doing? He's also holding on to Greedy Enchantment. 4-staff ready. Shadowblade queued up on him.
All right. I mean, this is going to be a lot of Shadowblades. You're going to have 3 heroes picking up the Shadowblade on Nigma Galaxy. Detection is going to be pretty huge, and they know it. You know, Yellow Submarine, they'll pick up the gem for a Hakoda.
Ooh, amplify damage. He kills it immediately. Lauren's like, I could have waited it out.
Dire's bottom
It's a big one. The fight's brewing. Hakoda,
Sumail.
he gets Blink again.
Yeah, Hakoda, his reactions, he's ready. Anytime he sees someone trying to come for him, especially if it's Sumail, he's ready to react. It's a couple of times now Sumail's not been able to get the grab on this Ringmaster.
Do you even go for him, knowing that
That he's probably going to
already
get away.
dodged it. Yeah,
Maybe at this point you're like, yeah, whatever. You see the Ringmaster,
in
you're
your
like,
head.
I'm not even going to, yeah. So ideally, they would want something bigger as well, Nigma Galaxy, but Yellow Submarine are just doing a pretty good job of never really having their cores in a position where they can be jumped. And again, whilst Nigma Galaxy do have this gold lead, it's at this point only climbing up very, very slowly, and Shigetsu is getting all the space in the world. He's second highest on the net worth. You give him a few more minutes, he's going to be in that top spot as this Spectre. They haven't been able to hunt him down.
haven't managed to kill him once. This guy didn't die for the last 2 hours, pretty much. Didn't die in the previous game, didn't die in this one. BKB now completed on him. Though they have BKB piercing abilities, he still wants to have that extra protection where he can maybe kill off the egg, remove some of more annoying spells, Fire Spirits, Battle Hunger, and also potential RP.
Sumail? So you want to go for
I
the
would
jump on
be
this?
BKB with the Mantis now, of course.
They'll go for the jump. He'll be able to get the catch on the Cemetery. And the support kill. Still, can they try and turn these moves into more Nigma Galaxy? Farm is good on them, and they're getting support kills, but they really want to try and find the course. Try and turn this into a tier 2 push if possible. Rain, he's going to lead in, and there's the jump with the follow-up horn. They're over on towards Lorinov. He's going to try and hide in the pit. Can he escape the Spectre? He cannot. Rain kills off Lorinov. Nigma Galaxy, they do manage to find Hakoda. Ravage comes out, though. Clips both GH and Devi. It's going to be GH dead. Devi will get the BKB off. It's going to look towards Rain. And BKB is about to wear off from him. It's getting a bit messy, this fight now for Nigma Galaxy.
He caught him.
Trying to get away here with the skewer. Goes for the TP. They'll force him away. It allows him to get out. But Omar left behind. 3 dead on Nigma Galaxy. Yellow Submarine only losing Hakoda, who did immediately buy back. And that's going to allow Yellow Submarine to move into the pit, get this Roche. And as I said, I think Nigma Galaxy, they might have this lead, but I think they might be starting to sweat a little bit, Lacoste.
Oh, absolutely. They're sweating because Sniper, he is getting caught. He was holding onto that Hurricane Pike for a really long time, but it wasn't enough. Spectre comes in with the dagger. She goes to Roshan's pit.
Oh!
RP's the ground.
He RP's the ground in frustration. He's dead. That's not
And
a good
Devi's
sign.
in trouble as well.
He's going to try
trying
for
to
the
TP
TP out, but again,
Gets the whip.
Hakoda's ready with the whip. As Devi, healing him up, but Rain's in with the Rolling Thunder. They get the anchor down onto Devi. A Supernova will at least give the space to keep Devi safe. Omar's able to get him with the jump call onto Batyuk. They'll kill the Tide. So they will protect Devi, take down the Tide, but Roshan's gone. Aegis now into the hands of Shigetsu, and that gold lead that Nigma Galaxy had starting to drift away.
It's not much. This 6K, now 5K gold lead doesn't even feel like a lead anymore. I think they're still going to be playing slightly more passive, even with this Aegis. They don't want to be rushing things, especially once they don't have abilities online. If they don't have Ravage, if they don't have that Haunt, they're probably not going to try to engage. Ooh, Shigetsu. That was close. He almost picked up both runes. There was an illusion rune. If you pick that up on Spectre with Radiance, any Radiance carrier, you can farm the whole map.
Yes, it would have been the dream from it. Yeah, couldn't quite make it there in time. Yeah, this is stepping up to be quite the game 3. You know, 15 to 14, a gold lead that doesn't really mean a huge amount at 34, coming up to 35 minutes in. And the question of whether or not Nigma Galaxy are going to be able to get away with this draft where, you know, sure, they obviously have the I'm just going to see the Hawk come out because they're going to just use it to freely take down Omar. But, you know, a draft where, you know, sure, the carrier Sumail, but the true carrier, right, is the Sniper, right? That's the one that scales the most, but they picked it second, and it's a draft where they've allowed the Spectre to come through as the last pick. And Shigetsu, after playing an insane game 2 on his Alchemist, and now in this game 3, still yet to die, this is going to be an absolute challenge for Lorinov and the lads to try and out-carry this.
Yeah, especially with the next item coming up.
Yeah.
This Scotty is going to reduce healing from Timbersaw. Oh, he's in trouble. Needs to up a BKB.
See what it can do with this guy towards Shigetsu. BKB's about to wear off. The rest of Nigma Galaxy are coming over. Not going to be able to
have
jump.
RP being used on a hero? We've seen the one on the ground, but haven't seen on a hero. Maybe one.
I was going to say, but did we have like a solo RP? I think he did drop an RP down onto one target, but indeed it's not been too flashy from Sumail in this early game. It's been a slower start for him.
We haven't seen too many in this game yet. Considering that you have Timbersaw, formation from Yellow Submarine has been pretty immaculate. Not grouping up, not allowing him to go for that multi-man RP.
Oh. Omar. He's in with the setup. Sumail popping the BKB. Oh, it's a little awkward. He'll still get the skewer on a rain. Oh, they get the job done. It's not pretty.
I don't think it connected.
I don't think
the RP connected.
Yeah, but they got him. It's a job
he's
done.
Dead. He's dead.
Yeah,
That's
he's
what
dead.
matters.
It doesn't matter. They got the kill. And they did. Well, they got the gem right from that. So, big kill for them to find there.
Gem is the big one. It's not so much about the kill. It's about the gem, seeing that everybody wants to pick up Shadow Blade. Like, they have Magnus with the Silver Edge now completed. Sniper has Shadow Blade. And also Axe has one queued up and just picked it up. So later on, you will need to rebuy that gem.
Shigetsu, how far is he off the Skadi? Just about under 800 gold.
Radiant are scanning.
He's ready to fight again. Has the Haunt. They'll probably wait until the Pan goes back in. Next big item pickup for them done. Batyuk's got the Shiva's Guard. And we're seeing Sumail after the Silver Edge. He's going to be looking for the AC for the team. And how's Loranov's progress looking? Yeah, after the Silver Edge, he will want that Satanic. It's very close to being able to get the Silver Edge finished on the Sniper. And they have been able to hold on to their mid tower for quite a nice long time here. 37 minutes in. Nigma Galaxy still having the tier 1 mid alive. Definitely allowing to alleviate some of the pressure that Yellow Submarine are going to look to apply now. Yellow Submarine absolutely feeling strong and ready to set up for the fights themselves now, with the moments passing and the game starting to drift into the later stages. Omar. Look for the setup onto the Tide. It's not going to happen, Rain. Some of the Rolling Thunder. See Shigetsu look to go towards the Squisher Heroes first. Wants to take down Omar. Now he jumps over. They get the stun on towards Loranov. Sumail put the RP to lock down Shigetsu. Loranov's able to turn and start to stand his ground here under the cover of the BKB. Omar gets the call on towards Shigetsu. They bring him down.
Dies.
This time round, Yellow Submarine, they dive a tower too far. Sumail gets the last laugh. Double kill for him. For kind of the first time in these last two games, Game 2 and Game 3, it's the first time where Yellow Submarine, they pushed it too much. They went too aggressive. The jump was a little bit awkward, but right, they had to go very deep beyond the tier 1 up to the tier 2 to make that move. When he came in with the Haunt, wanted to get rid of the Axe first, they couldn't kill Loranov quick enough. Sure, they get him at the end of it all, but he was actually able to turn and get a decent amount of damage off before he did die.
Yeah, and this time around, if he lands a 2-man RP, he becomes super tanky because of the 15 talent, 14 attributes, so that's 28 attributes, which makes him extremely tanky, and their damage is really not that high. It's a bit of a damage over time on Yellow Submarine, unless Pango's coming in with the roll, multiple connections, and as you said, they were diving in too deep. Also, Wheel of Wonder doesn't connect. They still have this tier 1 tower, so they were diving behind tier 1 tower, down to tier 2 tower, and there's still a fish available. But Yuk might need to run it down the mid lane, pick up that juicy fish. Where's he sitting at right now? 5 at the moment.
Yeah, not too many.
Just trying to hype it up, yeah.
But indeed, honestly, the best thing about them is probably that they're yummy, apparently. Not necessarily what they actually give you, because we've seen some players just kind of straight up ignore, pick them up sometimes. Bottom. Sumail. Feeling kind of chill. He's got the BKB and the Silver Edge, and he's ready to step up and go in here with Omar and Divide. He's going to get caught out by the wheel. Omar has to go down. Sumail has to put the BKB and get out. He's going to go for the skewer TP, but the damage is coming out for Shigetsu. He gets in on top of him. That's Sumail dead. And that's the gem on the deck. They move over to GH. And for the mistake that Yellow Submarine might have made in the mid, Nigma Galaxy kind of make a bigger one
Almost
there.
ready.
That
Yeah,
is rough.
Nigma Galaxy. One thing you can always count with this team, they are going to make a mistake. They're going to make your heart rate beat go
Yep.
up by a lot every single time. If you're there, know it's happening. It's never clean. It's always a roller coaster of emotion, and their games
Oh,
pretty
Divide!
crazy. And
He's gone back in. He's got BKB, but he's trying to do this solo. Okay, he's going to go for the BKB TP, and they don't have anything to stop it. So he'll get out, but having used the BKB there again. But yeah, you couldn't kind of get anything more really from a game 3 like this. The qualification game for TI, and I think everyone right now, whether you're rooting for Nigma Galaxy or Yellow Submarine, you're probably on the edge of your seat here 41 minutes in. 19 to 20, only a 3k gold difference. Yellow Submarine swinging the game back round, but maybe there's the chance here for Nigma Galaxy if Yellow Submarine do make these mistakes, if they can set up for the high ground. Now, if they don't get the clean jump onto the sniper, get on top of him with the horn, the high ground hold from Nigma Galaxy will be very strong around this Magnus sniper.
it will be, but look at what Shigetsu has in his quick buy. He does have a refresher, so it's not as strong as it was before. You can't be refreshing your BKB, your Blade Mails, and Manta Styles, but you do refresh your ulti, which is the most damage that is being dealt, and also showing where everybody is. It's going to give you that secondary vision, secondary reset as well, if you want to call it, where they're going to be seeing everything, and they're going to be getting a better jump potentially for Rain. We said that Rain, he needs to also play a bit of a game where he needs to scale. He was thinking, what do I need to buy? Do I need to buy this Octarine Core, one of the best late game items you can buy on Pango? But instead, after seeing the BKB TP out attempts, he purchases the Basher, and Spectre's also not going for the Basher herself, which means that you need to have it. So with this Basher, Retrieve Gem that they did pick up, they're kind of in a really good spot. Tidehunter also picked up Hex, closer to level 25, so you can have that extra second on the Ravage. And I want to see next item also queued up potentially for Batchuk. If this game goes late, there's going to be a refresher Tidehunter with level 25 talent. It's almost 3.5 second duration times 2.
Yeah, that's so
7-second duration of AoE. It's a lot.
Like that's enough for the Spectre to just kill whoever he gets the chance to jump on during
He's
that
committing.
Ravage.
Yeah, refresher.
Smoke time from Yellow Submarine. If they find a good fight here, they will take the gold lead. Nigma Galaxy seem pretty prepared. Grouped up. They can sense something's coming. Divide. Just going to show first. BKB's back off cooldown. Yuk's going to open though with the Hex play. Oh my, he's in with the call. He's actually having a solid one here on two of them in the backline. Skewer forward. Samel has the follow-up RP to take out Batchuk. A beautiful call there from Omar to start the fight. See if Yellow Submarine can continue to fight this. Shigetsu is considering getting back in on this. Dagger over towards GH, but the dive's up. They've lost Lorinov. They won't lose anything more though. So it ends up being the 2-for-1. Very, very quick move to start things off there. Omar gets a clean call, and Devi actually able to chase down Cemetery and make sure they get a third kill off the back of that fight. But yeah, excellent call from Omar, and no hesitation from Samel to follow up and just drop that RP and burst this Tide effectively before he could get any chance to Ravage.
Yeah, the call is one of the best options against Tidehunter. It cannot be dispelled. I want to see if he maybe switches things around. I would love to see potentially some Aeon Disc picked up on Tidehunter just so that you don't die, meaning that you get your Ravage off, you get your sight afterwards. And now Roshan, it does belong to Nigma Galaxy. This is also a fight where Shigetsu used his refresher. Didn't seem like it was enough. It was enough to kill Sniper, but everybody else, they survived.
Just for some mail. Pass the gem over to GH for now. Nigma Galaxy back with a little bit more control on the game. Maybe this is the thing here. Even though the sniper vulnerable and does die, perhaps the rest of the team can kind of keep the team fights in their favor, even if they do lose Lorinov at the start. Yellow Submarine. They'll have some further big pickups pretty soon. Rain can start going towards that Octarine. He's got a lot of money towards it. Hakoda's nearly got enough to afford the Aghanims. So more potential saves there with the escape axe.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody picks up Nullifier. Just not sure who it is. It could be... Like, it could be coming out from the support. There were a couple of games that I remember where Phoenixes did pick it up because cores don't want to buy it. They're running out of slots, and then you can dive in, throw that Nullifier. Obs, Sentry, and a couple of bombs in the area. Sniper's level 25. His level 25 talent is insane. This is how Vici Gaming managed to make a comeback in the Chinese qualifier against Yakuto Bros with 60k gold lead. You could not push the high ground. It's always up. Rain, he's in.
Very good angle to start the fight. They find Lorinov straight away at the beginning of it. That's Lorinov gone for 100 seconds. They'll move over towards Device. Going to try for the BKB TP, but the bash comes out. Puts a stop towards his TP out. 2 huge kills to be found. And again, I feel like this is kind of going to be Lorinov's life anytime he steps out on the map for the time being. This sniper will immediately die if they jump him.
7,000 damage from Spectre. She wasn't even, like, dealing the damage. This was just one ulti. Had another refresh already. Sitting on 5,000 gold. That's going to be Abyssal Blade for him. He could buy it out completely after selling the treads. And he can also still go pretty big. Upgrade that shard. Upgrade his Aghanim Scepter as well. Aghanim Scepter is not that great in terms of, like, what it does. It's an okay upgrade. It reduces the cooldown by 20 seconds. That's also pretty big. Right, Hunter. He got level 25, now level 26. Add 1 extra second and make a lot of difference. Especially with the Hex. This time around they were able to Hex him straight away. Didn't get the BKB off because he does have that superior vision once Spectre decides to haunt in.
Another tier 2 taken away. The net worth now even between these two teams here, 47 minutes in. GH very close to being able to pick that refresher up. Lorinov nearly has a Satanic. So now we'll see where he starts to go now with his items. Starting to fill up the slots as the carry mag.
It doesn't feel that great. Like, mag super late game doesn't feel as strong compared to some other carries, like Spectre, for example. What she does, you want to be going for these skewers, you want to be going for big RPs. You don't even have enough the slot in refresher. It gets pretty difficult. Rain. He's in the spot.
She's going to find the jump. Oh, he's still alive. Finally goes down. Good fast play there from Samael. Immediately going in, but there's going to be the counterplay. Banyuk, he's in with the Ravage. It's a great one. Allows Shigetsu to get on top of Lorinov, but Lorinov's able to get the heal off. The Supernova's going to be there at the side. They've got the stun on Shigetsu, but Shigetsu surviving throughout this all. Jumps over towards Lorinov. Lorinov's going to get chased down. He jumped in from Cemetery. Rolling Thunder comes in from Rain. As they did kill off Shigetsu, and Lorinov has managed to live throughout all of this so far. GH is starting to heal him up. Another call from Omar. We'll see another Supernova here. Burning Rain down. Double kill, triple kill for Divide.
Oh, what a disjointed fight. I think Hakoda in this one doesn't get the save off immediately. He boxes himself once they use RP, and then second time he comes in, also doesn't get to use the box, unfortunately, on Spectre, who jumped in away from the fight with Reality. And this time around, Nigma Galaxy, they get on top. These are long 100 seconds without this Bango.
The Satanic pickup on Lorinov, making all the difference. You know, he was allowed to survive throughout this effort that they tried to go onto him. And now huge timing. 3 heroes dead, no buybacks. Nigma Galaxy, they can either look to try and do some damage here to the first set of racks in the middle, or just bringing the tier 2 down the bottom. We'll see how much they can take away from Yellow Submarine off the back of that fight. Lorinov leading the push. Tier 3's gone. Should have a solid shot of finishing off the barracks. Yeah, just such a long time without the Pangolier. A painful minute for Batyuk. Divai diving in, feeling pretty indestructible now on the Timbersaw.
Without Spectre, without Pango, they really can't kill him. Does have BKB available, almost level 30 on this Timbersaw. That's going to be 2 sets unless Shigetsu can somehow manage to get something done. 30 seconds without Haunt.
Massive progress in this game for Nigma Galaxy. Perfect fight, the timings on the items. The Satanic for the Sniper, the Refresher for GH, making all the difference there in turning that one around. And Divai just able to be this kind of unkillable monster on the Timbersaw, just in the faces of Yellow Submarine. They could not deal with it all in the position that they tried to take that fight.
We said he needs to be that unkillable beast. He needs to carry the game with the last big Timbersaw. It's a good game for it. And finally he shows it. Took them a long time enough. Sniper with the Satanic. Yeah, you mentioned it. It's a big increase of what the hero can do, giving him that second life. And now pretty much do or die for Yellow Submarine. If they lose another fight, this could be it.
Batyuk's on the hunt. They want to try and catch Nigma Galaxy by surprise. They get the jump hex on towards Omar. Now with the Supernova in response, though, again, Nigma Galaxy looking to kind of set up this area to hold their ground and push back Yellow Submarine. Jump forward from Rain. Rolling Thunder comes in right through the four of them. They jump in with Shigetsu. They find the Magnus. Samael's out of the fight. Now they move over towards Lorinoff. Rain coming with a beautiful Rolling Thunder to shake the team up. The buyback will come out from Samael, but Lorinoff's dead. He's also going to commit the buyback. Nigma Galaxy, they're trying to put so much into this, but they've lost Omar, and Omar does not have the luxury of the buyback. These are 2 big buybacks to use.
Buybacks.
Samael and Lorinoff with the buyback. They have to do something huge with this, as they are in a risky spot right now.
Oh, and there's still Ravage available.
Yeah.
He bought back, so he does have Ravage, because this could be tricky.
These buybacks, what do you do with it? You just bought back on your mid and your carry. You didn't immediately find anything. Yeah, I feel like you got to calm down if you're Nigma Galaxy now. Is it okay? We've used these buybacks. We just got to accept that reality. We sit back, we wait. Or what are they going to do? What's the plan?
I think they need to calm down a little bit, as you say. I think they need to find this Roshan. They need to give this Aegis to one of the cores. Spectre, buyback, available on her, sitting at 4,000 gold, thinking about what she needs to buy. Refresher, still on cooldown for a long time. 60 seconds for first ulti as well. Magnus now buying.
Oh man, this is.
Ooh, he's buying A on this. He wants protection.
Okay.
I think Spectre, she needs to remove this Radiance and get a Disperser instead. By Disperser, I mean Nullifier.
Okay.
Because
she's
GH
looking at the
has it.
Disperser first. He's got that queued up, but yeah, we'll see what he does with his arm slots. But this is what, 6.5 minutes. Buybacks are going to be on cooldown for Lorinoff and Samael. Surely you do not want to fight in these next 6.5 minutes. You weren't able to find an immediate play with those buybacks. If you go for a team fight now, and one of the two of you dies, this is going to be game over. So this is a very scary 6.5 minutes. Sure, there's also buybacks on cooldown for Yellow Submarines, but not quite as big as that, as the buybacks that Nigma Galaxy don't have. You say Shigetsu, one of the best buyback heroes in the game, he has that buyback.
And Rain's buyback is also coming off cooldown. If they don't take the fight, 2.5 minutes, they can't just really end the game. The fight's going to be a bit longer one, 45 seconds, up to a minute. Needs to save up the gold, though. Needs another 500-ish gold to have buyback available. Divai, he's going to be leading the charge. He's the one with the buyback, so he needs to be the first point of contact. With the shield rune, could be much easier.
As I said, Nigma Galaxy look for a fight now. This is going to be so risky. And is it worth the risk? Is the question. Do they need to take this risk?
I want to see Nullifier on Spectre. I know that it's a lot of damage with Radiance and with the Refresher, but you also want to be able to kill a hero from 100 to 0. Something that they managed to do multiple times with this Abyssal Blade, with this Basher on Pango.
They're trying for the Roshan. A fight gone wrong here, though, for Nigma Galaxy. May be the end of their hopes and dreams. As Yellow Submarine are leading in, they're looking for Samael. They're going to find him. The Yondisk is going to get popped. He'll pop the BKB and charge away. They got to run. Nigma Galaxy surely cannot be a part of this.
Refresher coming off cooldown. He has it ready if needed, but the BKB, that's the big one. On Magnus, Aeon Disc also procced.
How are they going to try and go again? Nigma Galaxy, they have no fear, apparently. Another smoke here. They want to try and catch Yellow Submarine by surprise, catch them at a point where Yellow Submarine are not going to expect this sort of aggressive move from Nigma Galaxy.
Roshan, he's shifting. I see Nullifier on Spectre. Let's see if he
There we
commits. Just needs a splint mail, unless he wants to keep both somehow. Buyback on Pango, coming off cooldown in 50 seconds. That's the big one.
Yeah. For Nigma Galaxy, still 4 minutes for that of Loronov's and Sumail's. Right. Still very much feeling comfortable enough to be the one to just kind of throw his body into the front of the action and just try and get information from Yellow Submarine.
Spectre also getting very close to level 30. Did purchase the shard. Dispersion, it's gonna hurt.
It's a nice one, yeah. This is a pretty scary level 30 hero.
They have this window, knowing that their buybacks are coming off cooldown. They can time it because they know Batyuk bought back at the same time. He did purchase the BKB, so we'll have extra bit of a protection. Gem purchased by Shigetsu. He's like, I have enough gold. We want to be able to see them. I believe Pango is going to be the one holding it.
Things starting to calm down a lot now. Both teams, I think, waiting until they do have the luxury of the buybacks across the board before they go for any sort of move. Only a couple minutes now until pretty much everybody will have the buybacks to play with. And in those couple minutes, as well as you can see, we're going to be reaching the 60-minute mark. A very, very good fight being given here from both of these squads to try and get that final spot from the European qualifiers to TI.
Anyone's game to take.
Yeah. It really is. And both of these teams, you know, whoever makes it is going to be an absolute treat to watch at TI.
Gotta feel sad, considering how well they played in the qualifiers. Yellow
Yep.
Submarine, a team that hasn't been to TI, and then you have these veterans on side of Nigma Galaxy. Let's see, next fight. Buybacks coming off cooldown, minute and a half for 3 big cores. Sniper tied, and Magnus. Cemetery, he is starting to plant some bombs in the area.
It'll be interesting to see actually who Devi is going to give the Moonshard to first. Do you give it to your Sniper or your Magnus?
Oh, you give it to a Sniper. I don't think
give it to the
Magnus is
Sniper.
dealing that much damage. Yeah, it has to be Sniper.
Yeah. So trying to work towards that Devi, because at this point he's got everything that he could have hoped for himself.
I think Shigetsu, he wants to get both of the items. He wants to have both Radiance, and he wants to have Nullifier because of the mischance. Playing against Sniper, who has no MKB, so only Mjolnir procs are going to go through it. And Magnus, also not a hero that buys the item, plus also the damage that he does with double Haunt. It feels pretty good. Like you saw that one Haunt in one fight, 7,000 damage pretty much dealt. Can we check the damage overall to see? I feel like Spectre damage is going to be through the roof. This is going to be some 60, 70,000 damage maybe even.
We'll see if we can bring up the hero damage. As, yeah, I'd imagine some of the numbers getting pretty crazy at this point. 60 minutes about to come up. There it is. Nullifier picked up and... okay, actually, he still sells the Radiance. So just...
He disassembled it. He disassembled.
Oh, he still disassembled and then did it. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So I was thinking maybe he wants it, but now he's, again, sitting at 7,000 gold. Can get Moonshard for himself. Can get another item. Use this Refresher. Use a BKB. Throw in Refresher. Bloodthorn looks pretty juicy. Aghanim Scepter's also okay-ish. It's not the item that you usually see. It's the first time you use Reality on the Haunt Illusion. It gives you fear in 400 AoE around the target. It's 2-second fear. It's 50% slow.
Certainly not bad. But yeah, I should say, not something that you'd ever really prioritize in the build, but could be a nice little addition.
Audacious Deso. We can call it Odeso because this has been the combo that's winning quite a lot of games. The Zoom Timeless. Oof.
This is a pretty crazy step up in damage. Yeah, it's so much. So much.
Sniper, he found the same thing.
Still need to find some males neutral. Should give it to him. We'll see what options he gets. Probably the days. Do you think you take the days in on him? And the debuff? And play him for the RP on the mag?
Dehydrated device.
Whoa!
Okay. He's not lying.
Water. Get him some water. Have a drink.
It's been a long game. It's been a long series as well.
It has been a long game. It has been. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we're bringing the hydration breaks in here. There we go. They're hydrated.
All right. Who didn't drink water? We had to check the cameras. If you're not drinking the water, you have to take it. It's in the contract. Yeah. It's in the contract. Got to take a sip. Even if it means spitting it out like at World's Cup. Don't want to have belly full of water. This game could still be going on for another half an hour, maybe even an hour.
Yeah, it's a tense one. 9 out of the 10 buybacks are back up. Only GH's, and his is just kind of 1 kill in the team fight away from being there. So both teams have the luxury of the buybacks. Definitely the most concerning one, though, is the strength of the Spectre's buyback. Not easy to go on this hero when you know that they can come back in with the buyback refresher haunt. Smoke up for Nigma Galaxy. It's been scanned, though.
Cuts him down in half.
Oh, look at this damage.
Almost.
Okay, I mean, they get the jump, no response, though. Shigetsu comes in with the ult over towards Lorinov. Omar trying to run in with the BKBs. They're going to have the Supernova, the Axe Supernova, picking him up, keeping him safe. They turn, look to Shigetsu, he'll jump away to safety,
dying.
But the safety is not there. Lorinov able to get the damage in from a distance, take him out. As it's all 3 cores dead, an immediate buyback comes in from Batyuk as Devi continues to chase them back to the base. Buybacks available on the Spectre and the Pango. So they come in with them. They get the jump forward into the Ravage. Devi's able to get the BKB off, though. Turns over, cuts down Hakoda. Devi surviving the efforts there from the Tide with the Ravage. Nigma Galaxy getting 4 kills and a buyback out of the Tide.
Yeah, being this absolute monster, level 30 Timbersaw jumping in with the Zune, cutting down that almost insta-killing Tide with the help of a sniper. A couple of right clicks, it did come through. The Zune, bigger AoE from Shivas as well. Luckily for them, he doesn't have a talent as well that increases the AoE of the spells. There we go. Yeah, he got that buff from sipping the water.
From the hydration,
Yeah.
Here we have it. Ready to push now with the Aegis and the Cheese. Can they force out the buybacks from Yellow Submarine? Nigma Galaxy in a very strong spot to push. Right? Caught by the Hex. They really don't want to use these buybacks on Yellow Submarine. They're so close to having Shigetsu back online.
It's too much damage. I think they're going to be playing against Mega Creeps. He's just going for tier 4s. Look at this damage on Sniper.
It's pretty crazy. That's the audacious, the Dessa. A lot of damage. See them get the catch on a Devi. They're going to try and make a go for the Timbersaw. They'll get the angle. Omar's in with the call on towards the Techies. Devi gets the chance to put the BKB. Shigetsu jumps in. They have the stun onto Devi. Did have to use Rain's buyback. But they were able to wait with Shigetsu, but Rain using the buyback there
I mean, Lorinov, he's just going for the end.
He's
he
looking
doesn't
to
care
end it.
about mega creeps.
He wants to get himself to TI. He's going to get caught by the Hex, though.
They've hexed him. Can they save him? The heals are coming out from GH. Lorinov just standing his ground, trying to heal up. RP comes in from Sumail. He's going to catch the two of them into the goal. The Ringmaster trying to bail them out for the escape pack, but they're gone. Nigma Galaxy onto the Ancient, ready to close this up. As one final halt will come in, and he gets on top of Lorinov, but Lorinov's just going to ignore him, keep hitting the Ancient.
They called it,
to try and close this as GG is called. Nigma Galaxy have done it. 64 minutes in. The series is theirs. They're going to TI.
Well-deserved victory.